Good evening. Boom. There we go. Right. Hello. Also, I worked out why I couldn't see any of the tooltips. It was because of the mod I had installed. I don't know why that made a difference, but it did. So there we go. It made all the difference, apparently. Please consider playing Total War Warhammer 3 World War II mod for the Empire. World War II mod? Is there a World War II mod for... Really? Christ. It's a hell of a mash, isn't it? Really? A World War II mod? That sounds insane. Oh well. Does the Dark Heresy game... What, the new one they've announced? Is it Inquisitor? Do you want of this? Because if so, yes. Unless there's been a game announced that I just haven't paid attention to. Anyway, Lord Captain, there is some commotion on the officer's deck. The Lady Navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wardroom, where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Perhaps you could find out what has brought Cassia to the deck. Oh, Christ. Could someone else not deal with this? This feels like a not me problem. She's just having a nice sit down by the fire.
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
What do you do? What do you think you're doing here? I don't know. I mean, she's like a rich kid of Instagram, isn't she? Point at the book in Cassie's hands. I see you are fond of reading. That's a completely normal human thing to say. It has a giant war zeppelin. I mean, in fairness, at this point, what faction in Total War Warhammer doesn't have a fucking giant war zeppelin?
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing.
Cassia, my beloved.
Urak 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course. Although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
Cassia gently brushes the dust off the cover with a thin, clawed hand. Her eyes filled with longing after reminiscing about her lost home. Are you satisfied with the new attendants? I hope you have ample time to calm yourself and your powers.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior in your question just now insulting.
Are you satisfied with the new attendants?
Your servants are somewhat sluggish when it comes to attending a noblewoman of the Navis nobility, but they are quite tolerable. Thank you for your concern.
Well, if they are too sluggish, do feel free to throw them out an airlock. Cassia cringes ever so slightly, adjusting the adornments on her forehead. They awkwardly hide her clawed fingers in the folds of her clothes. The unnatural appearance of navigators often becomes a topic of gossip amongst lowly servants and officers alike. It is clear she does not feel comfortable aboard a ship teeming with new people. The events took place on Urak 5 must have shaken you greatly. Are you well?
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
Cassie's response is reserved and pointedly decorous, clearly intending to create a distance between you.
Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying? You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I.
No, it's you know the guy on the bridge with, he's got like a loud inhaler for a mouth? Yeah, he told me to come down and speak to you, and frankly, apparently I've got no will of my own and just immediately did it without actually having a choice in the matter, so that's why I'm here.
I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
It is indeed difficult for me to feel empathy for a mutant. It is indeed quite difficult for me to feel empathy for a mutant.
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urak 5. So why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here?
I don't know.
At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but my delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
What I find childish is your manner of addressing me as if I were your friend, and your mistaken belief that that anyone here would be interested in hearing about your emotional turmoil. Oof, brutal. I understand what you're going through. Not that one. I am not in the habit of finding amusement at the expense of my people. Just remember to keep your that one.
I was merely trying to show proper decorum and make conversation.
Hell no.
But you are right in saying that the word friend cannot possibly apply here. In any case, this conversation is beginning to drag on. I must excuse myself. There are matters that require my attention in the Sanctum Navis.
But Lion, like, I totally understand where you're coming from. Okay, yes, she does have incredible power, and she can technically strip your soul from your body just with the middle eye in her forehead. But still, there are better options, you know. We're gonna look. Don't hate the player, hate the game. That's hot. I mean, I get it, I do. Is there anything we can loot here? I'm assuming no. I'm assuming this is like a go and speak to Cassia place. Even though this is the place we came before, wasn't it? Yeah. Nope, no, nothing to loot. What a shame. Let's return to the bridge. Look, we're either going to... I mean, to be honest, last time I accidentally romanced the Dark Elder, and that was purely by accident. I didn't even mean to do that, it just happened. So middle deck this time? Was it now? No, Idira. Hello. A tall, middle-aged woman stares straight ahead, her eyes vacant as she rubs the implant at a temple. Her collar is undone and one of the clasps is on the verge of falling off. Sensing your presence, Idira turns her head towards you and offers you a crooked smile, even as her eyes look right through you. Things are strained between you and Agenta, isn't that right?
The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices, ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head.
What's it like being a psyker?
Lord Captain, forgive me, but it would be like talking to a person born blind about colors. I could spend hours explaining, but it wouldn't make any sense to you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Every psyker feels their connection with the warp in their own way. One person might see spots and shadows out of the corner of their eye. Another feels fingers running down their spine. As for me, I've got a door in my head. One that's open just a crack. There's no way to close it, no matter how hard I try. I've just had to get used to the whispers from the other side. When I need to use it for work, I listen in more closely. But I usually just try not to notice it.
Riz up the smuggler girl. Sad. You're looking at a guy who has Riz in spades, so it's not going to be difficult. What would happen if that door burst open?
Well, if the door opens, that means somebody's planning to come in, right? But screw them. They're not coming through. Trust me, I know how to keep my valuable head locked up tight.
Aren't you afraid of losing control?
Only losers who are afraid of their own gift lose control. Or idiots who never figure out what they are before it's too late. Or little kids who want to play around with their shiny new toy. If you don't know the limits of your abilities, or you're always bouncing around in your own head, that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, let's talk about something else.
Sure thing.
I'd like to hear your augury, Idira. What awaits me in the future?
All right, let's hear what they're whispering about you.
Idira laughs, rubs her hands together and suddenly freezes with a vacant smile on her face, her head slightly tilted. You feel goosebumps appear in your skin and your collar begins to waver ever so slightly, as if moved by a breeze by a half-open door.
Among the blind men and false prophets, a red-robed sage seeks the answer to a question. He does not know that it is not the answer he must seek, but the question that will draw everything into focus. Will you help him, rogue trader? But mark that sometimes ignorance is sweeter than oblivion. A chained hound chases after glimmers of the aurora, but sparks in the scent of oil confound his nose. A chain trails after him. What will happen if you pick it up? Will you become his mistress, or merely another beast in the pack of his true lord? The glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it? I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But for now...
The psyker shrugs sheepishly and sniffs. Alright, letters.
Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
Well, last time I left a Genta shooter, so this time we're gonna try and keep her alive, because we're going heretic. Should be fun. Well, let's go. Did I talk
Lord
about
Captain?
bloods? I don't know.
Lord Captain.
Yeah, whatever. Right, I think that's it. Right, is it? Because there was a new guy down here. Ooh, who's the Master Helmsman Rap? Is he new? Hello? Oh no, I've definitely seen this guy before. Yeah, I don't care. And the Genta, Cassia's there. Valet. Oh, that's the guy we saved. Well, didn't save. We shot everything. We just shot everyone else on that station because, I've got to be honest, they were all starting to get on my tits. Even if that other guy had turned out not to be a heretic, I would have shot him anyway, just out of completeness. Right, let's go and see the Astropathic station, because that's new. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Members of the sacred cult operating aboard this ship have requested an audience. They wish to present gifts and introduce themselves to their new captain. What sacred cult? They call themselves the blood-spun web. The cult defends the flagship from both internal and external threats. Lady Theodora held them in high regard and looked favourably upon their activities. Yeah, okay. I will commence preparations at once, Lord Captain. Seduce Idira. Well, you know, look, I'm not gonna tie myself down. We're gonna play the field. We're gonna see what happens. And look what happened last time. We ended up banging a Dark Elder Twink. Could be worse. Oh, that's a new carpet, guys. Oh, it's going to take ages to get that. Abelard's going to be on his knees scrubbing that for weeks. Hello, fun. I mean, I guess it depends on your definition of fun. Those on the deck watch in awe as the final figure moves gracefully into a ceremonial pose. Some of the officers whisper in excitement while others murmur prayers to the God Emperor.
The Undying Emperor commanded us to spin a web of blood around his children, and we obeyed. We obey still.
Did he? Did he really? Are you sure? The masked cultists repeat the words in a mournful whisper. We obey still.
Domin von Valancius, death has whispered your name. We disown Domin Theodora. We renounce our oath to her.
She pulls out a sinister curved blade, and similar weapons suddenly appear in the hands of her motionless companions.
And now we give the gift of our blood to you. It is the gift of death. Death has whispered your name. The followers of the tenets of the web swear fealty to their new overlord and offer proof of their devotion.
Oh, thanks.
We give you a blade, the silent verdict. The Undying One has chosen you to wield this instrument of death. We give you one of our own, Kibellah. She will be your shield and shadow. And we give you the blood of these traitors. The tenets of the web will purify their souls.
Oh, that's very kind of you. It's alright, isn't it? You've heard many stories about death cults such as this one. These devoted, holy assassins of the Imperium have turned death into a form of worship of the Emperor. They are exemplary slayers, invisible executioners, and a scourge of traitors, heretics, and fallen souls. Many righteous people honour them as votaries of faith, while others see their fearsome rituals as frenzied spectacles, touched by madness. Interesting. So, a death cult watches over my crew. They who honour the Emperor through killing, who devote their every deed to serving him, sacred executioners.
The Domin has discerned our essence. This is a great honour for the blood-spun web. We have woven the bays of this ship together with the threads of our faith for many years. We keep the greatest relic, his tarot, through which he sends us his blessed revelations. We obey the whispers of the Undying One. This is our service to him. This is our service to you.
God, it's very intense, isn't it? There's a lot of intensity here.
How interesting. Devout assassins who believe themselves to be instruments of a higher power. They revel in violence and cannot tell the difference between bloodthirst and piety. They follow their faith blindly, unaware of how closely they tread to corruption and depravity. Look at them. They stand on the edge of a precipice. The smallest push will send them plummeting into the abyss. You could be their downfall. All you have to do is push.
Oh, I like the sound of that. Tell me about yourself, Kibble. Are you the leader of the blood-spun web, or its herald, or its servant?
I am the second spinner of the blood-spun web. The honor of this title is bestowed only upon those who have ushered more souls than... It is shameful to speak of one's own deeds. I'm here to become your shadow, not to make boasts.
What exactly does a cult like the blood-spun web do?
The tenets of the web teach us to read the threads of the future and understand the hearts of others. When a soul is filled with the poison of corruption, we know its time has come. We bring liberation. 3 strikes, 3 rebukes, 1 blade. This is how we serve the Undying One. This is how we serve you and your flagship. But there are others, the virtuous martyrs who contravene his design without realizing it. Those who have come too close to faltering or committing an apostasy, but have not erred yet. We present such souls to the Undying One.
Well, that's what we're doing. Give a bloodthirsty smile. Continue to serve me, dancers of death, but henceforth let my name be upon your lips when you shed blood.
Your name upon our lips.
Why have you brought this rabble to the upper decks?
So you may offer the souls of these traitors as a gift to him. You have the authority to order their execution. Their blood will bind us together through him. For the God Emperor, the Undying One is death itself. The Undying One is duty itself.
Yeah, she lives in the below decks somewhere.
Give the order, Domin. Let a spinner of the blood-spun web undergo the test of a sacred trial.
Ooh, give weapons to the traitors. It's time for Kibble to prove herself. Yes, it is.
A dagger that has not sliced through sinew is nothing more than a toy. Let the final dance begin.
Your Emperor won't save you!
Welcome his embrace.
Come to chaos!
Oh, I can just... I mean, sure. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? Death from above. Leaps into the air and lands on the selected cell. Upon landing, they deal 9 damage. Okay, so we could, like, do this.
I shall not back out. The other side awaits.
I mean, yeah, that kind of worked, didn't it? Slicey
Trust
dicey.
me, killing brings me no pleasure.
Oh, baby.
As the tenant.
Okay, well, we love Kibble. I'm already a big Kibble fan. Although, you also bled into the carpet.
I will be your end. As honor ordained, let thy blade be drenched in blood, and thy blessing flow through my veins.
Okay, so we could...
Death comes in silence.
Stabby, stabby.
I
That's
shall
very fine.
not.
And then... Whee! Oh, he's still alive. For
As
the
honor
moment.
ordained come, the other side awaits.
Okay, Kibble is queen. Damn, a lot of back. See, Lion's already like, Cassia who? A cut to the heart, a cut to the throat, a cut to the stomach. These wounds have been inflicted according to his pleasure. The blood of the apostates will wash away the stains of their treachery, so their souls may prostrate themselves before the Undying One's throne and beg his forgiveness. Kibellah wipes the blood from her blade in one swift movement. I have acted with reverence and shown proof of my loyalty. Will you accept me, Domin Riconia Dread? Will you make me your shield and shadow? Your ladyship, the spinners of blood-spun web were watching, tracking and killing von Valencia's enemies long before the warrant of trade passed to Lady Theodora. However, their blade has also been known to cut short the lives of highly upstanding persons, the Factorum swallows nervously, casting a fleeting glance at Kibellah. But I certainly do not in any way condemn the deeds of the deeply esteemed cult. I'm sure they have good reasons. A stern-looking woman clears her throat. The cultists are the scourge of the seditions. They bring the unrighteous to ruin. The enforcers respect the blood-spun web, for we share a common goal to bring his light and his harsh justice to the deepest depths of the ship. Scourge of the seditious or not, folks are afraid of them for a reason. A couple of watches ago, these spinners took a train driver to pieces for some kind of ritual. I don't know what old Marlock did to earn that privilege, though. And he's going to feed... And who's going to feed his family now? Heinrich takes a drag on his IO stick, exhaling the thick smoke through his clenched teeth. But there's a lower decker problem. What matters is the blood-spun web serves you faithfully, Lord Captain. I mean, I don't think I fucking asked your opinion, but sure, whatever. She's a descendant of Johnny Backflip. A Confessor Adelbert, a plump old man, the rich robes of Confessor adds respectively, my predecessor's predecessor once delivered a sermon about how the spinners saved this vessel from the servants of the arch-enemy. The blood-spun web paid the price in blood. A river of scarlet that flooded the decks from bridge to bilge. They became the blood of the flagship, the pulse in its veins and the heart of its heart. The beat of its heart. Their great sacrifice earned them the favour of House von Valencius. Seems that not all officers have been presented to me yet. Indeed, your ladyship. Ballsack Sourback at your service. I'm entrusted with the honour of commanding the enforcers and keeping order aboard this vessel. It is my duty to punish trespassers, suppress disobedience, repel any and all attacks on this ship. Confessor Adelhard, your ladyship. As a humble servant of the Emperor, I'm trusted with the highest honour of being the ship's confessor, or in other words, the highest spiritual authority on your vessel. I'm here to oversee the purity of your crew's faith, an officiate in the officers' chapel, and also look after the ship's reliquary. I wish to hear what my retinue thinks. I have heard, though only at a distance, the prayers the spinners offer up to him. I have seen how their deeds fill the people's hearts with confidence in the inevitability of his wrath. The blood-spun web's loyalty to the Emperor is without question, as is their willingness to lay down their lives in the fight against the arch-enemy. Although Lady Theodora never granted the cult an audience or brought a spinner into retinue, she respected the blood-spun web and approved of its mission. It is strange, their shadowy forms are swathed in darkness, yet a radiant light burns within them like a scarlet flame. I think it is a good sign. It is rare to see someone filled with such light even amongst the servants of the faith. Confessor, tell me about the spinner's great sacrifice. The vessel was beset by famine and pestilence during a long warp jump. The flagship wandered uncharted paths in the Immaterium for 20 cycles straight. Servants of the arch-enemy used the despairing hearts of the crew to infiltrate the ship, and death followed. The hungry became the hunted, the famished became a feast. The exhausted crew was too weak and emaciated to resist the invaders, but then the spinners emerged from the depths. They stood alone against hundreds of foes, yet they did not falter. They did not sleep or rest as their blade-tip dance brought death. Though many spinners fell, the blood-spun web held strong until the flagship left the turmoil of the warp. You will be my shadow. Kibella's movements are slow, almost rhythmic as she removes her ceremonial mask. The dark shadow of her hot goth girlfriend accentuated the deathly pallor of her skin, which is covered in ritual scars. Henceforth, I am your shadow. An instrument of death placed in your hand by the Undying One, for so it was ordained, and so his tarot forspoke. The young woman bows her head once more. I also come bearing an invitation from the Vizsier of the blood-spun web. He wishes you to know the door of the Undying One's temples are always open to you. Are you suggesting the Lord Captain should go down into the depths of his flagship to search for this temple? With all due respect, the lower decks are for servants and crew. They're not a fitting place for her ladyship. Forspoke? What do you mean? What tarot? The greatest, most sacred relic of the blood-spun web, the Emperor's Tarot. Only his chosen servants may earn the permission to rain blood upon the cards and perform a reading to see portents of the future, shadows of the past, or tangles of the present. However, the secrets of his tarot are not for the ears of lay people to hear. I cannot tell you more. Not here. Not now. Who is this Vizsier? He is the first among us. The Vizsier has spun the web of faith for 5-fold longer than I have lived. Blood of the flagship's blood, my mentor and teacher. Why is this Vizsier not to deliver his message himself? The first spinner is old. His abode is in the temple beneath the flagship's freight line, and he has not left the lower decks in decades. Even a short journey could sunder the spirit from his ancient body. Alright, where's this temple located? I am not permitted to say. If you wish to find the temple, you must walk the path of Saint Irania, the matriarch spider. Hers was the thread that would become the blood-spun web. Her path began deep within the flagship in the dark tunnels of the freight line, and that is where yours must begin as well. The journey will bring you closer to the thread of the web, closer to the undying one, closer to understanding death. Well, I get the feeling I'm going to have to... Sure, I will walk in the footsteps. Your journey will begin in the darkness of the deepest tunnels. The Vizsier awaits you. Cultist retreat into the shadows as Kibellah sheathes her ceremonial dagger. Your blade awaits direction. We will speak again when the time is right. Well, there we go. Hot Goth girlfriend who's good with knives. Definitely my type. The trader ship is a veritable city sailing through the void. The ship has numerous compartments you can visit. Navigate these compartments using the map on your ship, which you can access from the main elevator on the bridge or from any compartment. Thanks. Yay, spider cult fun. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. Right, what have you got so far? You just have a spinner's blade, but we got this big sword, didn't we? Which we can probably give to you anyway, right? Boom. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the shit. Can you have a gun as well? Oh, you can have a gun. I don't know. I mean, I feel like giving you a gun is a bit of a waste of time, but you can have a gun. You've already got Spinner's Blessed Plate, which is fine. 3 detect cues, which I don't think is going to come in handy. Right. Yeah, we got all this shit, haven't we? I mean, it's probably fine. His chagrin is irrelevant. Voigtvir's mistake cost me too much. Years of work, tremendous resources, all wasted. He has failed at what he was supposed to be irreproachable at, uncovering spies. And this one was a senior officer. I'm not about to discard him. Kunrad has served me too long to be removed, for his removal to go painlessly for the Protectorate. Besides, he is no fool. He could have seriously expected to become the next in the von Valentius line when his skills and talents and Master Whispers are so valuable. Let his disinheritance serve as a humiliating but instructive lesson from which he may yet learn. What the fuck's that? Okay, well, let's not worry too much about that. As long as I have all this stuff here, then in the event that I want to get rid of it, which I might. Right, level up time. This is going to take a while, isn't it? Right, so we want a skill. Whenever an ally uses heroic acts, this ally gains temporary wounds equal to 10% of the maximum wounds, plus 8. Okay, voice command, that would be quite handy. Ability to gains bonus to their perception. Whenever the officer uses an ability on an ally, the ally gains a bonus to their perception ability and equal to 5. These bonuses stack up, but half of them are lost at the end of each turn. You know what? That one. And boost. Boost willpower. 2 ranks? Oh, this is going to be a disaster. What has she got already? So she's got Blade Dance. The Blade Dance makes 3 melee attacks against random targets, including allies adjacent to the Blood Dancer, each dealing 50% of the normal damage. Blade Dance is a melee burst attack that cannot be counted towards an attack limit per turn. Oh, if 2 swords are equipped. Okay, nice. Death from above. Very good. Death bolts. The Blade Dancer uses death from above against a target enemy without spending a charge, immediately making a melee attack against the enemy. Okay. Every time an enemy is killed by the Blade Dancer's allies, number of movement points the Blade Dancer's next turn is increased by 2. Jeez, you can move. While a Voidbone character has more than 50% wounds, all chances of all creatures in a 3-cell radius are increased by 10%. Jesus, that just sounds like a nightmare. I want something maybe a little bit like tanky, maybe some using a non-damaging ability on an ally grants the ally the ability to reroll any failed. You don't have any though. Tell you what, let's go and have a look at Origin. Bloody well. After a Voidborn character scores a critical hit, there is a 10% chance to double the damage. Ooh, that is tempting. Death Cult's Assassin's allies deal +2 agility bonus % more damage to enemies if both the ally and their targets stand on blood-covered cells. Blood-stained effect. What's the blood-stained effect? Is that something you have by default? I don't think... Open the veins. Creature with a blood blessed or bloodstained effect gains +1 stack of this effect whenever bleeding, burning, or toxin. It wounds a creature with the blood blessed. How do we get that effect? Oh, raining blood. Death Cult's Assassin's next single target melee attack splashes blood in a 5-cell cone behind the target. The Death Cult Assassin and allies in the affected blood gain the blood blessed effect. Right, okay, so that's how we get we spray blood everywhere. Fine. I mean, that'd be quite handy. Open the veins. Creature with a blood blessed or bloodstained effect gain +1 stack of this effect each time it suffers from damage from bleeding, burning, or toxin. So I guess we give it like a flamer or something. Could be options. Okay, let's go with the... Okay, I'm going to go with Dance of Thorns. Right, we're going to go with Dance of Thorns. And then we're going to go with Agility. Oh shit, we've got a bit... Right. Blade Dance immediately returns to the cell where they select their turn. The movement does not provoke meh. Oath of Vengeance. Ability costs 8 wounds to use. Blade Dancer selects an ally. Until the end of combat, attacks made with the Blade Dancer against enemies who have already attacked that ally gain 15% critical hit chance and 28% critical damage. So it costs wounds to use. That would be quite handy in a boss fight. Targets a single enemy, vowing to dispatch that mark. The next attack against the selected enemy cannot be dodged or parried. If the attack kills a target, the that gets 13 wounds, gains 1 AP along with an additional attack this turn. Okay, that sounds pretty handy. Because it costs 0 AP. Fuck it, let's do that. And let's go with athletics. Just kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Right, Abelards, you are going to grab... That could be quite handy because Abelard is a tanky bastard. Do we have endures yet? Right, so I think we go with Taunting Scream and Carouse. Complete. Good. There we go. Right, Idira. Did I? Oh, I did. I did do this. Right. I'm going to go with, yeah, stabilizing factor and willpower. Now we're going. Right, Agenta gets ballistic skill because that just makes sense. And rapid fire is super duper good. Yeah, rapid fire. The more bullets, the better, right? Am I right? Every even turn, second navigates additional action point. Every odd turn that gains 20 perception. That does sound pretty good. Navigator starts all turns, including extra turns, with 3 additional movement points. The first type with a single type addition gains the same amount of additional movement points. That could be quite handy. Whenever adding gains an extra turn, the navigator gains a stacking 5 bonus to willpower. I'm going to grab that one. And you get more fellowship. Boom. Ugh, that took barely any time at all. Normally it's like half an hour. Right, where the fuck are we? Oh, there I am. Should I go look? I mean, we should probably go looking for this thing already, right? Oh wait, that's my quarters, isn't it? Hang on. No, I got lost. Sorry, it's a big ship. Wait, is this way? It is this way, isn't it? Out the back. This way? No. Hang on. Where the? Where do I? Oh, no, there is. See, to another compartment. It's right there. I was right. Freight line. Void ship shrine. Let's go to the freight line. Astropathic chapel. No, freight line. Boom. Yep, sounds good to me. Why is the Blade Dancer's tongue so long? Is she a Slanesh demon? Not yet. Setting people ablaze is always fun. It is. It is. Well, this place looks awful. Hey guys, just act like, you know, I'm an all person. A sturdily built man with an augmented jaw stands at attention. The dark circles under his eyes speak to many sleepless nights, but his voice is loud and spirited. Welcome to Freight Hub LD987/A14, Lord Captain. I'm Eduk Frenso, Captain of the Enforcers in the lower deck Bay LD-A14. The Master at Arms has assigned me to be your liaison for the duration of your stay here. Lord Captain, would you like to inspect the control room, or to begin your search for the Temple of the Blood-spun Web? He says the last part with obvious concern. Do you know how to reach the Temple of the Blood-spun Web? I'm sorry, Lord Captain, I do not. No one knows. The cultists are too adept at hiding and keeping their secrets, and it worries me that you might have to walk around the entire compartment looking for the temple. Why are you worried? Is there a problem with this compartment? Lower decks are not suitable for someone of your status, and it's not just the grime or the crowds of brutish labourers. I suspect the entrance to the Temple of Death is hidden in some dark corner where you might encounter criminal or contagious outcasts. With that kind of riffraff that dwell there, you might even be attacked. Cassia shivers. Such ghastly places you describe. We are not headed there, are we, Lord Captain? The fuck we are, Cassia, of course we are. He frowns. To put it bluntly, although the bay performs its functions well, even if the more civilised sections are sorely lacking in discipline, I was only assigned recently, so I haven't had the time to straighten everything up. Since doing so will require making some serious changes. I'm not inventing excuses, Lord Captain. As the officers in charge, I accept full responsibility for what takes place in this compartment. Being assigned here seems almost like being in exile. Did you commit an infraction? Frenso shakes his head fiercely. No, Lord Captain, quite the opposite. I was commended for my services. This compartment has always been a troublesome one, and the Master at Arms assigned me here because she thought highly of my merits. I'm honoured to have earned Mistress Sauerback's trust. Germaphobe. Oh, you know she is. Rejoice, friends, for the Lord Captain herself has disdained to deal with your problems. Rest assured, I will provide you with some crucial guidance once I'm done inspecting the bay. What do the lower deck officers... I don't really care what they think. The situation at the bay does not interest me. I'm here on business. I have no intention of staying any longer. Tell you what, you know what? Rejoice. But Frenso stops himself mid-protest and assumes a more compliant tone. In that case, I urge you to remain vigilant. The freight trains move at great speeds, and the inhabitants of the residential units are despicable rabble. One must never drop one's guard around them, and the Emperors preserve you from stumbling into the pestilence pit. That's where the madmen and lepers live. Well, the compartment tourist division is going to have a rough time, aren't they? The cult of the blood-spun web has a presence in this compartment, does it not? That is correct. The enforcers do not bar them from carrying out their sacred duties, he scowls. As irregular as it is to have armed crew members set up a secret hideout forbidden to the enforcers, and they go around dispensing bloody justice. I see. Captain grumbles suddenly under his breath. Tell me about this station. Hub LD987-/A14 connects the lower decks freight residential and artillery bays. Our task is to monitor the flow of labour force and prevent supply disruption between the bays. What is the situation on the lower decks? Most of the locals are no trains and sort provisions. We give maintenance jobs to the more capable ones, the rest are reserved for workforce. Whenever crew are lost on deck, we find replacements from among those rats, and if extra hands are needed anywhere else, there are always more than enough volunteers eager to work for rations. They even queue for jobs. The rabble causes you no problems, I hope? Surely you're joking, Lord Captain. The rabble are base in nature and mutiny is always on their minds. They steal whatever they can get their hands on, and lately they've moved from rations and tinned food to weapons. We confiscate these regularly, of course, and keep the serfs meek and terrified. That's the only way we can protect the miners' herd from themselves. Oh, another thing the bastards do on a regular basis is build their shacks in front of service tunnel entrances. That has delayed the arrival of furnace brigades during several emergencies and caused air and power supply problems in adjacent bays. We burn those saboteurs along with their shacks, but they keep pressing on regardless. Who maintains this hub? Traffic controllers. They technomats trained by the priests of the machine cult to keep the sacred cogitators in working order and prevent train collisions. The consequences of an accident like that would be easy to imagine, especially if one of those trains was carrying macro cannon ordnance. Also employed here in the Enforcer Squad, a team of Inferni, the clerks who keep cargo records, and a Medicae officer, a fine chap whose medicine of choice is a bullet. May the God Emperor forgive him. What, every void ship can boast of its own railway? That is true. Usually higher class ships are the ones that get trains, but it's far from the greatest thing a rogue trader's warrant can see done. The credit here goes to Lady Theodora's predecessor, on whose orders the Adeptus Mechanicus assisted in birthing this miracle of sacred engineering from the womb of the dynasty's flagship. I've had enough. Always at your service, Lord Captain. Be steadfast in your duties. The Emperor protects, Lord Captain. I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. Traffic controller, enforcer. Ooh, goods. I do like looting things. I mean, technically I own this anyway. Technically this is mine.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
Have you heard? The Lord Captain herself stopped by our bay. Bitch, I'm right here. Yeah, she looked right at me. When Lady Victis learns this, she'll promote me to middle decks. What does this say? The cogitated dashboard controlled the rail junctions is lit up with indicator lumens for active hubs. Arrival and departure announcements are pouring out of the Vox system. To dream on as if she sent all half-deaf raspberry pride of Tolliman Vox operators to the middle... Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I ain't going to do that. Is that blood? It can't be. We scrubbed the deck 3 times right before the rogue trader came. Void, take me. The captain will have our heads. Is this the welcome you give the rogue trader? Abelard's nostrils flare in anger. Whoever had the audacity to leave behind this appalling symbol? I will see to it that the Master at Arms calls them to account herself. The corner of the captain's mouth twitches nervously as he mutters, "Damn those. How did they even..." Examine the mark. You have seen this sort of symbol before. Death cultists carve bleeding marks like this into their own skin. Kibellah carves the same symbol on the back of her hand with a knife and whispers a prayer. Remember this sign, it's the beginning of your quest, the first blood trail. You know what this mark is? It resembles one of the symbols associated with the blood-spun web. What was it called again? The Song of Trailing Blood, I think? It's a prayer familiar to many in this compartment. We've heard the spinners say it when they, perform their signature acts in the service of the Emperor. Rensko takes a deep breath. The soundless shadow sank into the deep, slashed feet crescendo, a fatal dance, blade song in tempo, each edge an echo. Twin oaths to death throes, now on their sacred blood, as she once trod on the backs of foes, tread countless souls, but none who know. You memorised the verse? Why? When I took up my post here, I made sure to familiarise myself with all the particular qualities of this compartment. I soon heard about the verse and decided to investigate. I questioned a number of people who follow the blood-spun web as I was trying to figure out if there was anything pernicious about it. And eventually I learned the whole thing. He frowns. The words are certainly strange, but it's nothing worse than that, it seems. What is the Song of Trailing Blood? From what I can tell, it's something like a prayer with several verses that tell the life of one of the cult saints, Irania, or the matriarch spider as they call her. So, I'm invited to follow a trail of blood, it seems. I accept the spinner's invitation. I hope you find what you're looking for and return to the upper deck safely, Lord Captain. I think you can make out letters woven in intricate symbols, and although the meaning of each individual letter eludes you, together they mistakenly form an arrow pointing in a certain direction. Well, that probably seems more important than what it says. Just follow the arrow, right? Custodian Terminator armor can take a macro cannon shots. I think even a Terminator armor would
deckers avoid coming here. But how can one live aboard the flagship only to turn one's back on the core that gives it life?
This core can just as easily take a life too. Especially if someone around here takes a fancy to your boots.
Anything more than a baton and a whip is too good for you, void dogs. Locky door leads to the Enforcer's living quarters and the hub's provision depot. This is last the hub's vials for this work cycle. Do you have any idea how much it cost? I do not. There, 57 ration cards. It's all I've got, I swear. Spent the rust on Rockgut again, I'm guessing. I'm not doing you any more favours. Give up the drink or get used to a life in the pestilence pits. Hope you get hit by a train. Jesus. Ooh, loot. What we got? Ooh, Medicaid. Well, I'm taking all that. Taking all that, bad boy. Thank you, Quartermaster. I mean, technically I owe this anyway.
Let's seize
so.
the opportunity.
If you heard, the road traders come down from the upper deck. I literally just ran past you moron. The longer you stare at the mark, the quieter the sounds of the station become. The shadow grows longer and seems to stretch in the direction of the adjacent section. Don't gawp, it's the rogue trader. Yes, yes, I know, I'm very important. Why is this all on fire? Guys, should this be on fire? In the ship? Is this... Should this be on fire? I know you said that they built shanties, but this feels a bit more like... A lot of this deck looks to be on fire. Help me, it hurts. Mercy, please save me. The young man gasps for air through burnt lips, sipping in and out of delirium. His skin is dripping from his gaunt body like melted wax from a candle. His eyes, somehow intact, alive, clear, and filled with pain, stare at you under caked eyelids. Who are you and what's happening here? Do you know anything about that mark next to you? He tries to turn his head, his blackened skin crunching as it opens into scarlet craps. A spinner came. He painted the symbol, then he gave me water and whispered a strange verse. He told me to memorize it and recite it later so that help would come. And here you are. Then I should... He begins to whisper, his lips twisted in pain. To soot-smirched soul, her mercy did she grant. Last breath expressed, knife met heart. Removed from chest, passed on to death. Her duty blessed, a balm for those who suffer anguish and distress. A longing brought to rest, of mortal bonds the souls divest. All of us must face our fated outcome. The man shakes his head desperately, ripping open the crust that has just begun to form over his burns. No, please, I'm begging you. Nope. I've got better shit to do. Sorry. No, in fact, you know what? Scratch that. I'm not even sorry. Come here guys. Come on. This way. Thank you. Come on.
The world will bow.
What's going on here? Look at me, boss. I've got my limbs intact. Didn't even need to take breaks. Pick me! How long do you think you can keep treating us like this? We want God, this really is like a capitalist fucking wet dream, isn't it? They'd see this and they'd start robbing one out. Workers begin to beaten to within an inch of their lives are returning stolen power panels, wire and micro lumens to containers marked disposal. Only the Inquisition can keep them in check. I mean, there are other people that can keep them in track as well, but the Infernus Master salutes you cheerfully with his IO stick. Lord Captain, what an unexpected encounter. What brings you to this compartment? The famous cuisine and magnificent vistas, no doubt. I seek the blood-spun web's temple. Do you know where they're hiding? Don't have the foggiest idea. That's probably for the best. I have my hands full as it is. And what are you doing here? I'm here to patch up Savage, Locomotive number 3 under Tech Priest supervision. That old grump is my personal favourite on the entire freight line. Every couple of years, Savage gets mad, his boiler catches fire, and starts spitting steam at the repairmen. Guess who they call to take care of him in these situations? The Inferni, of course. And after I've done all the most dangerous work, that's when the Iron Brains come in. But that's alright, I love Savage. When he's in a good mood, the feeling he gets standing at his levers and speeding down the freight line is indescribable. I envy those Tech Priest drivers who get to operate him every day. The roar of the boiler, the wheels thumping like mad, and all the furious power pulsing in your hands, responding to the slightest movements. How about, there is a mischievous spark in Ironrick's eyes, I introduce you? Well, I cannot turn an offer down like that. Choo choo! I fucking love trains! The panel before you is covered in technical runes, lumens and levers. The platform shakes with the boiler's mighty vibrations as the iron beast beneath your feet growls and snorts ferociously. Heinrich squints contentedly and whispers the litany of ignition before turning to you. The machine is angry and refuses to obey right now. Savage is powered only by the auxiliary manoeuvring engine. We need to start the main rotor if we want to take a trip down the freight line. Resolutely grab the biggest lever. Need to start the main rotor. Ah, fuck it. A deafening clang resounds from Savage's innards, and the train shudders underfoot as if preparing to leap forward. Whoa, careful, your ladyship. Don't let this monster smash us against the nearest wall. Put your hand on the big lever and gently give it a pull. Very gently. Heinrich's face is focused, but his voice has not lost any of its playful cheer. Savage does not like being hassled. And pull it gently. A few erratic jolts shakes the platform, and an indignant groan emanates from the depths of the machine. An intense shuddering passes through the lever and into the palm of your hand. There is a strange feeling of emptiness in your stomach. Savage's fiery heart is stirring. Do you feel it? There is so much energy and defiance in him. This is a rocket, not a locomotive, unruly and enamoured with speed, but quite willing to submit to a strong hand. There is almost a loving tenderness in Heinrich's voice. Pull the lever towards you, smoothly but firmly, then pump the fuel with this command. I'm sorry, am I driving a train or making love to it? Unruly and defiant, but submits to a strong hand, much like yourself. A roguish gleam appears in his eyes. You don't say. Pull the lever and pump the fuel. New explosion inside Savage shakes his iron body, causing your eyes to see double from the vibrations. Now you're feeling his real power. You can run down the entire freight line in a minute given the chance and kill everyone who rides him at the speed. Now try applying some thrust to the main rotor, grab those paired levers and give them a firm tug. Reach for the ornately carved levers and awaken the beast. A torrent of steam bursts from the slit in front of your face, but Heinrich deftly covers you with his shoulders. A moment later you realise you cannot hear a thing, or rather you hear only one thing, the roar of the engine. Triumphant and powerful, it looks like Savage has agreed not to kill us both. His Tech Priest Guardians will be pleased. All hail the Lord Captain, you have subdued a mighty beast today. Now I'm sure you have urgent business to attend to, but it's time for me to drive Savage down the line and see if he's feeling cranky. Change of plans. Full speed ahead. We're heading down the freight line. Not quite, your ladyship. I said Savage is not dangerous, but not dangerous ends right here. We might just pull a stunt and bake us to death during the ride. It would be better if the ship did not lose another Lord Captain. That was most I love fucking trains. They're fucking great. Good job, Heinrich. Abelard, this is the kind of shit you need to be doing if you want to stay my second. Otherwise, this guy gets it. Heinrich lowers his eyes and grins. Could I wish for anything more, your ladyship? Have a good trip. Everything's going to... All right, Savage would never fry me. Right, Savage? It's a shame I didn't get to... What's intriguing? Did I spot something? Time Worn Loader is barely fit for purpose at this point, but the Enforcers still see its complex maintenance as a lesser evil compared to hiring ignorant, clumsy scroungers to do the job. Yeah. Aha.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
God, this game is fucking great. Like, it's just so good. Talking of good, dead man. How dead? Okay, we'll collect all that. Hello. A sinewy middle-aged man watches the bustle of the bay with a detached expression. Every so often, whenever his eyes linger on the blood mark inscribed nearby, his face changes strangely and his hands clench into fists. Just as you begin to hear the rumble of an approaching train, the man's gaze turns towards the tracks. He leans forward. Do not even think of marring the underside of my train with your entrails. What? I didn't... The man starts and almost falls, but manages to keep his balance. In the dim lumen light, you notice old scars scattered across his body. The scars seem vaguely familiar. Look at the man's scars. Scars all vary in length, width, depth, and shape. However, you notice a pattern in the way the scars are aligned, as well as a series of faded symbols on the man's rough skin. Death cultists bear similar marks on their body. But spinners are constantly renewing their wounds, while this man's look long healed. Your eyes always return to that blood symbol. What do you know about it? It's a symbol of the blood-spun web. I come here every day to watch, but it hasn't been here before now. I guess today must be a special day. He smiles strangely. The man's faded eyes go wide as he notices Kibellah. His voice quivers. Have you come to take me to the other side? Kibellah briefly studies this man's face, then turns away. I do not know you. Death's gaze is not upon you. The man lets out a dull groan and turns to look at the symbol again. But then why? Why is it here? You know the symbols of the blood-spun web. You bear similar scars. Are you a spinner? I was, but I failed to complete my final assignment, so I was exiled from the cult. The Vizsier told me to kill the one who would be at a certain junction of the utility tunnels at a certain hour. I went to the appointed spot, then I waited an hour, 2, 5. The junction was still empty. Nobody came. After hours of waiting, I finally realised the person at junction had been me the whole time. It was my turn to go to the Undying One, but I was afraid I couldn't do my duty. I ran. So spinners simply let you go? They made no attempt to find and kill you? There was no pursuit. I thought I'd see the black blaze the very next day. Instead, years passed without them, taking my heart. I tried starting a new life, but the terror never stopped eating away at me. When I got truly desperate, I went to the Temple of Death myself, but no one would speak to me. When I gave them my name, they just whispered, Sibride has gone to the Undying One. They looked through me like I wasn't even there. I lived like this for 20 years, like a coward, like a dead man. You wanted to die, for what reason? The man looks at you. But some would choose to leave the righteous path, those earning penance in due time. Her whip sang vengeance on renegade malice, her blades pass sentence for cowards to seek to hide their hearts, but death makes no words. It takes what is due in essence. He stops, then adds hoarsely, the third verse, the song of the trailing blood. The Vizsier recited to me before sending me on my final assignment. I didn't realise at the time, but that was my judgment. There are plenty of reasons I sowed death. I offered him the souls of the most pleasing men and women I could find because it kindled my passions. I killed well-off crewmen who didn't deserve their wealth. I took their thrones. I killed enforcers who looked into my eyes without fear because I wanted to be feared. I revelled in bloodshed. I betrayed the tenants. I realised it, but I couldn't help it because I enjoyed it. Oh, you poor thing. I think I'm going to cry. You couldn't stop slicing people up. That must have been so hard for you. Even my whispers have nothing to say to a pathetic tale like you. I bet they're thinking what a lousy self-absorbed sack of scum. As the Emperor's anointed, I hereby overturn the Vizsier's verdict. The cult ruined your life, and for what? For a few mere killings? It's just the simple things in life. You've got to enjoy it, haven't you? You're right, Lord Captain. The Vizsier taught me to serve, to kill. I did what I was chosen to do, and they punished me for it. They've kept me living in fear almost my whole life. The man's colourless eyes fill with malice. Thank you for opening my eyes. It's time for Sir Bride to return, and for the dead man to disappear, along with his creators. Oopsie doopsies. Oh well, I've given a man a new lease on life. I think I'm a hero. Kibellah appears behind you and watches the man leave. He severed souls from bodies before their fated time, not because he honoured death, but because he enjoyed killing. He did not have that right. No one does. I fucking do. Right, if it points this way, do we have to go... How do I... How does one get down here? Okay, we're going this way.
We should deal with this.
Oh, hang on. Abelard, come back here. Found some good shit. What's this? A stack of ration cards.
I tread a path unexplored.
God, look at these buggers. That's the rogue trader. That it is. Oopsie doopsies. How many times do I have to tell you, ungrateful maggots, mistakes must be paid for? Have mercy in the throne's name, I beg you. The battered worker throws himself at your feet and touches the toe of your boot with his dirty palm. Ew! You just got my boot, grubby. Your gracious ladyship, hand of the God Emperor, save your unworthy servant. Get lost. The enforcer's heavy baton pummels the man's back and shoulders several times. His bones crack audibly. The man's... Oh, I suffered 10% perception. Ah, fuck. The sound of breaking bones, the man's cries, and the enforcer's hateful laughter remind you of what you went through yourself, too vividly and too painful. Ah, crap. My sincerest apologies, Lord Captain. Your boat, I'll clean it right away. The worst job in Warhammer, be to cleaner of Nurgle's well, if anything, you'd probably survive it. A murmur of discontent breaks out amongst the Gawkers who have gathered around. None of the other workers dare come closer, but the anger on their faces is plain to see. Kick the worker. Out of my way, blasted filth! With a crunch of your boot breaks the bridge of the unfortunate man's nose. I'm sorry, please. I'm sorry. It hurts so much. Low, incessant dissent begins to raise in the crowd, only to die back down as the enforcers brandish their batons. The murmurs immediately turn to pleas for mercy. A sullen, red-bearded man with keen black eyes draws your attention. His oddly piercing gaze seems to size you up the entire time you're speaking, but now he has hastened to conceal himself behind the Gawkers. The next thing you know, you're watching him scurry deeper into the tunnels. Huh. The enforcer hisses at the worker vindictively. Oh yes, 12. This time I'm going to break 13 of your fingers and ribs as a lesson to your slimy accomplices. Well, a job well done, I think.
Powers unseen uncover
what is my perception now? 30. Well, that kind of sucks. Never mind. A group of beggars are rattling their mugs and ostentatiously displaying their hunger, sunken bellies and various disfigurements. A toothless man falls to his knees for you. Your ladyship, spare a throne for those who can't even get to the worst jobs. I'm sick of you. Maybe slightly overkill. The sight of the dead body makes the beggar scatter. Other inhabitants of the bay look away lest they accidentally incur your wrath.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Bit overkill. Well, I do think hitting someone with a melter pistol is a little bit OTT, but
Let us see what I found.
hello. What have we found? Can we open this? We could open this, but the thing's showing us go this way, so we're going to go this way.
The world will bow.
Hello. This means a lot of stabbing going on. Oh, this must be the infamous pestilent pit I've heard so much about. Kids have been waiting for you. How is your shift? I worked hard. I helped out a friend with the loading and he gave me some cards. Take them and exchange them for new shoes. Yours are all worn out. Oh, thank you. I've already made your bed for you. So once you've eaten, you can go and rest. The little ones and I will head to the marketplace and leave you in peace. Why did the Emperor send me such a wonderful wife? Well, I know who I am throwing in the pestilence pit. Is that the road trader herself? Yes, it is. Hello. Passing through. The two guys, I don't know. It's basically like going to Glasgow, isn't it? We hope we get something besides sludge this time. I don't think you're going to be in luck there, buddy. Looks like sludge is the only thing on the menu. Am I always going to have duration permanent? Is that always going to be on me now? It's kind of annoying. Oh. Whee! Oh look, poor people things. Well, they belong to me now.
A revelation was sent to me.
Are the poor people trying to hide things from me? All the ration cards now. I don't even need it.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Look at all these fucking ration cards I've got. See, all these poor people complaining that, oh, we can't get ration card. Me, I'm finding loads of them just wandering around. Engraved flask thingy-majig. That belongs to me now. Right, which... Hang on. Did we... Oh, more goods. Let's take all their shit. They don't need it. They're poor. If they had money, they wouldn't know what to do with it. Right, was this the right way? Or... Where did it... Where, okay, this thing over here... Hang on, it's back here, wasn't it? Was it here? Oh, yeah. So, no, we are going the right way. Smudge symbol slightly. The trail leads towards the slum. Okay, so we were going the right way. We are going to slums. Slums. Right, so we want to go like over here. How do we get... Right, can we get down here somehow? How does one get down there? If we just tell them to get down there, they'll kind of find... Oh, there's like a ramp. Right, well that's how we got down there. Good.
The world will bow.
I see what others do not.
What did you see?
Perfection.
Crates are typically used to transport weapons. The worn-away markings make it impossible to determine where the shipment came from. And the scuffed surface indicates the crates have been moved frequently. We'll be eating soon unless they close off the vat again, of course. Well, who would want to close off the vats? How many ration cards I found? Easy peasy. Symbol can see the colours emanating from it akin to blood mixed with milk. Should be a foreboding sight, but then why do... The longer you stare at the mark, the quieter sounds the station become. Blah blah. Right, okay, good. Let's keep going. Consequences of a terrible crash on monorail LD987 half a century ago are still affecting the efficiency of this stretch of the railway. Oh dear. Can't be good.
Intriguing.
We should deal with this.
Oh god. Right, well, obviously disarm this.
I better myself through my service.
Give our gift to those who see nothing but hear everything, then the truth will be revealed to you. Okay, well, thank you for your stuff. Hello, lads. The sick and broken are herded to die of the various diseases. Don't touch anything. They're all sticky. Stop being so bloody difficult. What's the thing the death cultists say? Your time has come, or what have you? No, please. What did I do? Whee! This is Sparta. Talk about being everywhere at once. How about we take his stuff to the marketplace? We'll eat soup tonight. Ooh, soup. My goodness. Lucky boys.
Powers unseen.
What's going on here?
Cover my path.
This man is suffering from a severe but curable disease. One vial of medicine administered to the early stages would have saved him. Oh, well, never mind. Well, he doesn't need his stuff anymore, does he? My lungs are filled with the decay of a lifeless body. They are flashing toxic colours. Please do not touch anything. No one finds the courage to approach the bodies of those outcasts, their rotting flesh and cartilage bearing the mark of void disease. Oh, hello, Zdenna the Outcast. A figure in decaying tatters is rocking to and fro, muttering indistinctly in several different voices, occasionally breaking into hoarse laughter. As you come closer, she freezes and slowly turns to look at you. An ugly rusted mark covers her face. Are you here to take Zdenna to the other side? No, 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 no. You're just wandering around the dark looking for the light, but it's nowhere to be found. Do you really not see it? There's a blood symbol next to you. I've seen such marks before. Is this another part of the Song of Trailing Blood? Then a burst into hysterical laughter. Oh, I see. Oh, yes, the song. Here. Listen, listen. The women start chanting hurriedly. She wandered an eternity in dark. She was consoled when foretold. Undying one's blood, secrets glowed. A light to guide her faithful fold. But threads must end, and so the spider did that which was owed. Her life and death to the ship bestowed. She laughs again, and you'll see if you learn to see. Look in the darkness, look. I cannot fathom what you meant to see here. You peer into darkness and are gradually able to make out the outlines of objects hidden in the shadow. Rotting corpses, rough walls, the twisting death throes of infected people left here to die. You see no light in this place, only more darkness and despair. You don't see, do you? You don't see. Zdenna shakes her head frantically and starts tearing off her rags. Strips of her decaying flesh peel off along with them. You will not see it until you become like Zdenna, the flesh and blood of the ship. How do you become flagship's blood? Oh, Zdenna will show you, and you'll see the true light come. Come now. You can fight the guy who kicked the other guy in the fan if you want. XP if nothing else. Well, you could do.
Embrace
Plunge
true
into the ventilation
power.
shaft and become one with... Okay. Whee! Okay, well that looks like fun. Hey guys. Specimens for you were the most repellent inhabitants in the compartment. They're covered in sores, their bald patches glistening with pus, and the stench of unwashed bodies brings a tear to your eye. One of them glowers at you and grunts, "What you want?" "I am the Lord Captain of this ship. On your knees, insolent scum." The outcast looks at you. One of them bursts into hoarse gurgling cackles. "Lord Captain in our shithole, and I'm Saint Drusus, and that's my regalia." The man exposes an armpit riddled with boils. Cassia lets out a faint sigh, hastily covering her face with her hands. Gracious Emperor, why are we talking to these horrible people? Abelard attentively holds out a snow-white handkerchief to her. "I fear, Lady Cassia, that these and many other questions will be left unanswered." Agenta towers over the freak, looking immaculate and unaffected. "Even meeting wretched heretics such as these brings me joy. Wiping out even a drop of corruption is still a worthy deed." You detect a note of hysteria in the vagrant's laughter. The fingers of many are convulsively trembling, and there is something in the fearless way they look at you, an indifference to death, too strange and unnatural. "The ship will be cleaner without you." The mutant bares a black stump of his teeth. "We'll gut you and trade what you have for you for a pile of scarron. Hey outcast, come on up if you want to share the spoils."
The absurdity of your struggle amuses me.
You'll make a suitable sacrifice.
Idira. Genta. That'll do.
Faith
Boom,
without
baby.
deeds is
Taught you
worthless.
to fight like this!
Careful of Abelards. Jesus.
I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak. For you, my Emperor.
Death to non-believers! Ah! Chaos guides me. I serve the ruinous powers.
Hey, boys. We could do a little stir.
If I may.
Oh, please.
Me?
Let's do...
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Blood
The
5.
shadows will see.
Yes,
it
let's
done.
do that. And then we do this.
Trust me.
Spray and pray.
My blade whispers your name.
What does this do? Blood Oath. Billing cost 8. Okay, that could be handy because you're quite low on health, aren't you? Oh, I should have done that first. I thought it was an attack. It's not. Well, never mind. Okay. Shocking.
On it. Why did I not foresee this?
That's a good question. What does it? Increase the dodge and parry by 10% until the end of combat. Boom.
Was that you? Or
I don't think it really matters.
Chaos guides me.
Hey guys, you coming to join the party too?
Death to the weak.
Oh, and you guys as well. My goodness. This really is a party. Okay.
No.
Let's do. Oh, do we already have? Do you already have Blood Oath on you? Where are you? Blood Oath. Yes. Okay. So if we kill you.
As the
Ugh. Ooh. Ooh. Well, that's gross.
I shall not fail. Death is a blessing.
Slice and dice. Okay, that'll work. Me. Tell you what, bring it. Hang on. Death sentence. That could be quite handy. Like, you've probably got
beckons.
health enough to be annoying. And then I can
I will triumph.
do that. And then I can
I
tell you
reject the
to...
very idea.
Oh.
Purpose
Abelards,
guides me.
can you remove these jerks from my face, please? Thank you.
At your beck and call.
Thanks, buddy.
Indeed. Victory is imminent.
Okay, good stuff.
It will be done.
You can endure. Could I guess I could shout in this direction. And then they have to attack me?
I will bathe this battlefield
Not that it's
in
really gonna help.
righteous fury.
Toodles.
I'll do it.
Or not.
Death to
Pain and
non-believers.
duty go hand in hand.
Chaos guides me.
I don't
I
expect
serve the
them to
ruinous
explode into
powers.
gas. What can I do? Let's tell you.
As honor ordains.
Blasphemer!
Oh, sorry, Genta. What does that do? Death wall. There's a death from above against the target without spending a charge. Meaning makes the melee attack against the enemy. Citizens are available targets. But it's death from above. Okay, sure.
I would that I could. This goes against the tenets.
Can I?
Let not the righteous fear. May their blades be sharp. Ah!
Caught by the web.
Nice.
Killing brings me no pleasure.
Is this gas? I mean, I feel like I'm losing health. I should probably get out of the gas.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Ah, nuts.
Isn't this a job for the...
Okay, let's get out of the gears.
Cover me! No can do.
Oh, I don't
That
know,
is not my destiny.
Shit. Okay, well in that case, just do me. Hello, Marco. Enjoying the Tiger Men series? Can't wait to see more. Yeah, well, it's really good. Genuinely really enjoying the old Tiger Men's. A lot of fun.
Anything else?
Are you okay?
Chaos guides me. Death to the weak.
Hey, boys.
A dance of blades and shadows.
Okay, let's meander up here.
The shadows will see it done.
Indeed. That's going to do 7 to 8. That is going to do more damage, especially because there's no one around you.
As honor ordains.
Just sprayed blood. Okay, we're going to get out of the poop gas. Cassie, can you do a job for me? I just want you to stare at these people.
Me?
Thank you.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
I do. That works out rather well, I think. Is any of these... they're all just normal outcasts. It doesn't
This
really
is beneath
matter.
me.
Okay, you do that one, and then we'll take a
One step closer.
pot shot. Right, Abelard's. Oh, I forgot he was still there.
I will do my duty. Indeed. Victory is imminent.
You're okay. Okay, can you
As the
kill this
Emperor
guy?
come up for you, my Emperor!
Nom, nom, nom. That's not going to help you, is it?
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Death to non-believers.
Is he? Oh, he's healing in the poop gas. Oh, suck. God damn it.
I'm not accustomed.
Witness the fury of House Orselio!
Jesus. That'll do it. Right, Abelard's.
I'm not interested.
Oh, you can't reach him, can you? Okay, take a pot shot.
It will be done.
Nice. I mean, it's something. Kind of want you to scream at him.
Will do.
Stop blowing yourself up, Idira. It's literally just don't do that.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Hey, boys.
Ah! Ah!
God. Best goth girlfriend does not give a shit.
I shall not
Sure,
fail.
let's do this.
As the tenets demand.
Then we can... Tell you what, do that.
Trust me.
Okay. Is it just these idiots up here?
I will not stoop to this.
Damn it.
I will triumph. Purpose guides me.
Now I can tell you to do things. Nice.
The shadows.
Slicey dicey.
Death is a blessing.
Whee!
Killing brings me no pleasure.
It really should.
I
It's a
shall
lot of
not
fun.
fail.
Okay, good work. Can I? I missed. Never mind.
Follow
Abelard,
my lead.
can you deal with this issue for me, please? Thank
At
you.
your beck and call.
Attaboy. Oh, Abelards. Come on, buddy.
I will not die in dishonor.
Oh shit! I forgot you were still alive.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Oops. Sorry, Abelard. I forgot you were up there. Oopsie doopsies. I forget this guy's alive.
Ruin beck. A blood-soaked tribute.
Okay, he's not alive now. Can I just give
There is
you...
no mercy found in my heart.
As honor ordains.
Atta
As
girl.
lieutenant's death is a blessing.
Okay, well, Abelard was fine. He just got a bit of a crippled leg, that's all. Tell you what, having Kibble around really does
The world will
spray the
bow.
blood everywhere, doesn't it? Ooh. I can always get rid of this stuff later if I want to. Right, what does that do? The end of the wearer's turn, they gain temporary wounds equal to the amount of collision damage inflicted by the wearer this turn. I think you can do collision damage? Okay. We can heal...
We are the spearhead of the Imperium.
We can heal you.
Let's patch you up.
Though I gave thee my blood and my pain, thou hast ordained that I shall
Look
live.
no further. This wound will make a fine scar.
Do you think my body was suffering?
That's a fresh injury, right? Yeah. Abelard, you just shit at this. Come here. Everyone come here.
Your seneschal is always there for you. Let me help.
Though I gave thee my
There we
blood
go,
and
that's
my
better.
pain, thou hast ordained that I shall live.
Right, we'll take all your crap. I think that went fine, apart from the littlest stare on old Abelard. Never mind. You want to cripple Kibellah as she gets more killy with broken arms, legs and ribs. I see. The rotating blades promise nothing but a senseless, brutal death. Slipping past them would require some unreasonably precise calculations, or blind luck. While listening to the air currents for a moment, you think you hear Zadina's whispered prayer raising from the depths of the shaft. Call upon the ruinous powers. I am willing to take the risk so that I may learn the powers of blood-spun web, but I need your aid. A confident smile that does not seem your own appears on your lips. The rumbling blades no longer seem dangerous, and the prospect of jumping becomes a mere trifle. Jump. Whee! No problem.
I tread a path unexplored.
Oh, I've only got 55 athletics. I need Abelard around to do the athletics. Tangles of improvised bridges constructed from beams and flooring stretch ever higher, not like a web. The temple is growing as if it were a living organism.
The world trembles beneath my feet. Triumphant as always.
Smoke trickles your nostrils, making you feel dizzy. Such substances are known to induce visions or hallucinogens. Part of the cultist service of the Undying One involves turning the corpses of the departed into sacred altars for their blood-anointed congregation to pray at.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
Well, it's very nice. It's a little bit corn though, isn't it? Just a smidge. Where did you get all this blood, by the way? Underneath the ancient relic is a stone plaque with an inscription carved in elegant cursive. If you value life above your duty, then you are not worthy of life. Vizsier Geopharanius.
Embrace true power.
Oh, goods. Alright. Right, so where is this? The Undying One has whispered that you should honour the Temple of Death with a visit. We are ready to serve you. Thanks. Oh. There you losers are. How did you get down here? A frail old man, grey beard tinged with blood, folds his wrinkled hand in a ritual gesture. His body is covered in scars, some old, some fresh. His eyes are sewn tightly shut. His mouth is cleft at both corners, making his jaws seem eerily snake-like. And the Lady of the Ark walked the paths of unlife. In the footsteps of the web's first spinner, and the servants of death bowed before her, for the Domin is the giver of life. The old man goes still, his head turned to his side. He nods towards the temple's muffled silence. Yes, yes, truth like a stream pours from your lips. We welcome her as the tenants demand. Your hues are almost pale as the grey as your beard, but what is this? Cassia flinches and takes a shuddering breath. A scarlet whirlwind shines through the faded colours. A servant of death who sees beyond the threshold. A spider who spins a cocoon at the end of his thread. Idira shakes her head and clutches her temples. Sorry about that, I just came over me. I didn't say anything too weird, did I? A thin blade appears in the old man's trembling hands. Although his arms are stiff and look like they can barely bend, in the next instant a dynasty symbol is etched on his forehead, dripping blood. With a brief motion he flicks the blood off his blade and several drops land in your face. The blood-spun web welcomes its new lady. I am Vizsier. For many years we have waited and now you are here. We have waited, whispers echoes from the words from the shadows. So you just walked my companions in here the normal way, or I was forced to take the jump. The spinners guided them along a different trail. You had to take the step, for only you were meant to become the flagship blood domin. There was no reason to test the faith of those who follow you, for this burden was for their lady to bear. What do you mean you have waited for many years? It was not so long ago that I made my acquaintance with the cult. As I delved into my divinations... Ahoy, MA chat. Kibellah is insane. Never got a gen to that killy, but Kib is a goddess of pain and jam. She really is. She's so good. Kibellah and jam compared to poo of the Winnie variety and honey in terms of compatibility. She does make a big mess, doesn't she? I turned to the relic, most ancient and priceless. It is his tarot, inherited by the cult from the matriarch spider who spun the first thread. One of the readings I did back when I still had the strength to leave the temple and usher souls in their final journey. That was then. In the intricate tangle of destiny I glimpsed our meeting, but when we would meet, alas, was not revealed to me, so we waited year after year, and now the hour has come. Why is it you invited me here? Death whispered your name and commanded us to honour you with a sacred ritual, but only inside the temple can the spinners perform it. The Vizsier is suddenly distracted by someone invisible and nods towards empty space. Yes, we are glad she reached this place. We are glad to serve. Vizsier, is that some sort of title? It is the name we give to the first spinner, the one who has learnt the wisdom of the tenets of the web in order to lead others. I may have a duty to instruct and spin bloody threads, but in all other ways I am as much his servant and yours as anyone else in the temple. How did you manage to erect an entire temple in the middle of the ship without anyone noticing? Followers of the cult once inhabited the tunnels between bay bulkheads until the threads of fate were tangled and a domin of ages past gave us this compartment. We set ourselves to building spacious halls where the shadows and images of him and the spinners themselves would whisper of death, and thus the temple that you see begin to change the succession of Vizsiers and the cult's generations. We are building it slowly but surely. I have walked the path of the matriarch spider. What now? The Song of Training Blood tells of a path fraught with trials. By accepting it and setting out on the path you pass the first one, the trial of resolve. Fear not. For not everyone is prepared to shun their fear and doubt and embark on a search of the unknown, a search for death. The trial is compassion. The trial of compassion was the second one. You passed it when you put yourself, albeit briefly, in the service of another soul. Yeah. A man suffering from burns. The choice between life and death is to be made only by those willing to take responsibility for the pain of another. The third was the trial of justice. In assuming the role of judge for the apostate of our faith, you declared your right to influence the balance of life and death. The errant soul had upsets. And the fourth was the trial of duty, for duty always leads to death. We are prepared to render our duty to the Undying One, fearless and accepting of our purpose, which is to serve him. You too have proven yourself prepared, and the 4 trials have brought you here. What would have happened if I had never reached the end of the path? Then we would not have met. Then we would have met at a different other time. For the tangle of the threads the fate's threads cannot be rearranged by one turn. However earnestly one may try to run in the opposite direction. The Vizsier's sewn-shut eyes seem to peer into your face, studying it. Then he turns away and speaks into empty space again. Peace, my brother. The time has almost come. Who is it you talk to all the time? The Vizsier turns his head as if looking around the temple. I see echoes of those who came before us, and those who were with us, but have since crossed over to the other side. My brothers and sisters, raised by the cult, I hear them from beyond their deaths. They share their wisdom, I heed them. The other spinners they hear not, for the burden is mine alone. Does it come with new companions? It does come with a new companion, yes. As your eyes are sewn shut, are you blind, or is that another of the cult's rituals? I was sighted for much of my life until a disciple of mine violated the tenets, and I realised just how blind I had been. A lesson, but a bitter one. To look with one's eyes alone is to be easily fooled, but the heart cannot be lied to. Such is the truth, and such was my choice. I sealed my eyelids with the guise of true sight. Now I see more and better. So this entire conversation is another test, I imagine. A smile graces the Vizsier's bluish lips. The tenets command us to be prepared for all trials, corporeal and spiritual alike. Are you prepared, Domin Ricoina Dread? His mouth closes, but you can still hear... Well, there's weird shit going on. Make out increasingly anxious. You raise a hand to your cheek, only to realise you can't feel it. You look at your palm and see a few smudges of blood from the Vizsier's blade. A strange serene calm envelops your body. Your fatigue subsides, and you seem to float in the air, seeing things you had not noticed before, the shadows in the corners taking shape and colour. The subdued lumen light playing over the cultist bone masks. Are they really masks? They're tall, clean, lean, empty-eyed wearers might as well be dead people. A chill runs down your spine. What is the meaning of this? Your heart is beating slowly, your breath has become deeper, and your thoughts are muddled. You seem to be under the influence of a potent stimulant. Look around the temple. One moment, the walls of Death's Sanctum grow infinitely wide. The next, they are so narrow as to make it hard to breathe. The floor dances under your feet, and the undying Emperor's statue seems to shake its head threateningly as it looks down upon you. You poisoned me somehow, did you not? The Vizsier nods meekly. My blood is infused with a concoction taken by those who follow the thread. It is sacred and harmless to us, but you it befogs and afflicts. And yet, Domin Ricoina Dread, you have grasped the mind may fail the body and the senses. This was a trial of spiritual acumen, and you have passed it. And what happens now? That is for you to tell me. You look at the Vizsier, and his trembling frame seems small and insignificant. A single step is all it would take to crush him, but the visions are starting to wear off, and now the old man towers over you. The keen gaze of his sealed eyes is studying your every movement, waiting for a response. First, you're going to give me the antidote. There is none, but I will ease its effects and quicken dissipation. 3 long needles appear in the Vizsier's hands. A moment later they are inside your body, one in your neck, one in your shoulder, and one between your ribs. You feel no pain or discomfort. On the contrary, your mind feels clearer and your muscles regain their function. The Vizsier then carefully removes the needles. Now you will feel better. Now you're going to initiate me as a servant of death. The Vizsier ponders your words for a long time, whispers something to the empty space behind his shoulder, then shakes his twitching head. Our thread is repellent to you, Domain Ricoina Dread. You are proved it by walking the matriarch's path in your own way. It is your right and we respect your choice. However, only one who accepts the essence of death may become its servant. You accept your own essence and we dare not burden you with our dogma. Oh. For years we have maintained fealty to the Domini. We have collected sacred symbols and relics. You are the first in 3 generations of lords and ladies to descend into the sanctum. We are grateful. We are uplifted in spirit. Hear our exaltation and accept this gift of vestment sewn from the bones of his faithful with the threads of death. That which was foretold has come to pass. The ritual of descent is complete. Now be this temple's guest of honor and rest a while. Oh, thanks. It's really nice. Really appreciate what you've done the place. It's big river of blood is really nice. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's good. That does 6 to 9. How much damage does this do? 8 to 13. Tell you what, I'll take the axe. I feel like you're probably going to get better use out of this. 8 to 10, 8 to 13, strike cleave, 15 armor piercing. Okay, so the Mars pattern sword is definitely better. What does this do? % of the warrior's critical hit chance for each attacks they make. This bonus stacks till the end of each round. Okay. 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 That makes sense. Right, armor. I take it this is probably good for you, right? 30% armor, 10% dodge. Wait, base plus agility bonus, dodge or parry against melee attacks. How much is that? So you're... Maybe that wouldn't be as good then. Because that doesn't do the same, does it? 10% dodge plus strength wounds. No, I don't think it is actually, because the agility bonus, you've got so much agility. That's like a 55% chance to dodge hits, I guess. So maybe it'd be good for me. 30%. Dodge is where it's not in cover. Strength bonus wounds. I mean, my strength isn't great. What about you? That one. 30, 35. Armor deflection. Oh, you do have armor deflection. Okay, you know what? I'll have it. I do look quite natty with it. I will admit. Pretty nice. Okay, what have we got? Move, move, move. In the name of the Lex Imperialis. That's an order. The arbitrator shows a cell within 6 cell radius. All enemies with a 3 must take a willpower test with a -8 penalty. If possible, they immediately move to designated cell. Okay, so that would be good to get people away from me. The officer immediately grants the ally additional MP equal to fell bonus. Target can use movement abilities for X or different measures during this extra turn. Oh, that could be quite handy. I'm going to get break their ranks because I could use that on Kibellah. Ready to serve, stronger together. That will give me extra fellowship. I can't say that's going to be particularly handy. Toughness equals to half their shit. We don't have mob. Okay, did I? You don't have any recommended. I mean, I guess we could just go with like fellowship. Just a nice easy one. It's like it's handy. It's good. Be useful. All that kind of good stuff. Right. Do we have get into cover? All those brace for impact. Nah. Get off me. Brace for impact to start the net. Nah. What do... I mean, I could just go for... I'll tell you what. Let's just go for extra toughness. We got 37 hit points. Ooh. Foreboding. Oh, wait, what does that do? Creates an aura that lasts until the start of the cycle's next turn. All allies within the gain 6%. Dodge cannot be less than 6%. It's alright. Target gains 6 intelligence, perception, fellowship, and willpower until the end of combat. That'd be pretty good. Dominate. The target must pass a willpower resistance test with a -5 penalty. On this one, they spend all their movement points to move as close as possible to the psycho. I'm not sure that would be handy. I mean, I could get biomancy. You know what? I'm gonna get biomancy. Then we're gonna go with what's your biggest skill? 35, 35. You've got you've got good awareness. Tell you what, let's go good awareness. Let's go more awareness. Sounds good to me. Oh, can we not do... Have we got max ballistic skill? Okay, in that case, agility. And whatever is going to help us. Flameware. I do enjoy setting fire to people. Gain an additional 2 minimum damage. That could be useful. Bolt weapon expert. Boom. Easy. Notch of purpose. Navigate against this year. The enemy closest to the square immediately moves up to 4 cells towards it. The multi enemies are the same distance. Meh. Navigate deals 11 to 26 damage to an enemy. The enemy must pass a willpower resistance test or become immobilized until the start of the next turn. Could be handy. All enemies within the area suffer a minus 20 penalty to their willpower and toughness until the end of combat. Ooh. That sounds particularly nasty. Navigator powers deal +1 additional damage for every 5 bonus characteristic of the Navigator's currently equipped staff. I don't even know how to begin to work out what that would be. On the effect of any Navigator power, enemies have their armor reduced by -10. That could be quite handy. Could be. It was about half the game stop. Yeah, I know. It's so... Oh, I forgot about you. It's so hard to level people up. I kind of want to go with agility, but... Okay, I'm going to go with agility. Enemies attacked by Blade Dancer have their weapon skill, ballistic skill, and perception reduced by -10 plus blade dance until the start of the blade dance. These penalties do not stack. That could be quite handy. Blade Dancer's Medicaid skills determine the weapon skill instead of intelligence. If the weapon skill is higher, the Blade Dancer deals 5 plus Medicaid divided by 10% critical damage and can use Medic. Is that extra critical damage? What is your Medicaid? What is your Medicaid? Hang on. Yeah. What is your Medicaid? 50. Oh, it's pretty high. That is pretty high. Five plus Medicaid divided by 10% critical damage. Yes. Yes. Let us do that. Sounds good. Probably. No idea. Right. Are we like done here then? Have we done the thing we meant to do? We are glad. First spinner. Peace, Kibellah. You are the shield, you are the shadow, you are the blade. So be them. What are the tenets of the blood-spun web? I want a clear answer. Every thread ends in death. The Vizsier falls silent as though the words have explained everything, then he nods towards empty space. Yes, I see she is still full of questions. Let us give her answers about our ways, my brothers and sisters. Follows the web are skilled fighters. What is your secret? I cannot share the full wealth of my knowledge, for it has taken me a lifetime to learn, but I can share this foremost lesson with you. Be guided by reason, not fury, when you fight, and seek no pleasure in killing. That is how you will win. What is your supreme commandment? To give and receive death, and to fear no twist or turn of fate. One who is afraid of death is already dead in their soul, waiting for the end, afraid to accept the inevitable. A life of fear is disgraceful. The true service is in dedicating oneself to death with no regrets. What do your tenets say about human weakness? The smallest stain of rot is enough to ruin the most beautiful woven pattern. Weakness is a gateway into the soul. One we hold open for new failings. It is born of desire. Kill your desires, and your weaknesses will die alongside them. I see. I will take my leave now. We will meet again. Yes, I'm sure we will.
Let's seize the opportunity.
The shrouded faith of the blood-spun web. It is both frightening and awe-inspiring.
As is the fact that they have managed to claim a whole compartment to themselves, and the officers somehow fail to notice. I shall conduct an inspection.
You do that, Abelard. A spinner, his face covered in carved, bleeding glyphs, makes a respectful gesture of invitation. Let me show you the way, Domin. The way to what? The spinner points his finger upwards at the ventilation shaft through which you reached the temple the first time. The path to where the lay people dwell is complex, web-like. Let me show you. Show me the way. Neon Knights, good evening. Is Kibellah around? There's a Genta. Oh, can I look at the map? Oh, there you are. There's my best goth girlfriend. Hello.
Domin.
Oh, please stop cutting yourself. Kibellah puts away the dagger she's been using to reopen her freshly closed wounds. A gesture at the scars covering Kibellah's skin. You torture your own flesh. What is the meaning of this ritual?
Torture? I bear the sacred marks of the Undying One's service. Death has bestowed them upon me. Though others may cherish hollow riches or meaningless beauty, it is my duty to cherish his gift of blood. Each wound, is a symbol of our service to him. Each drop of blood carries his blessing. To renounce these scars is to renounce the Undying One himself.
David, hello. More Warhammer to the K-Rope Trader. How are we doing? Yeah, it's really good. I do think the amount of voice... Yeah, the voice acting, they definitely redid the entire intro, which was good. Obviously, I'd prefer it if it was all voice acted, but hey.
Death whispers to me, you are worthy of bearing his marks. Tell me, Domin, do you wish to honor your flesh with his gifts?
Carve a nefarious symbol in your skin. I'll do it myself.
Enough. You have made a mockery of the sacred ritual. So be it. The tenets teach us to hold no ill will. But I will have no part in this.
If the Undying One whispers my name, will you carry his will out?
I will listen. But I will make my own decision. Death claims all, one way or another. But it is within my power to stay the sentence.
You always address me as Domin. What does that word mean?
The Gothic we use to communicate is different to that spoken on the upper decks. Domin has many meanings. Giver of life, Lord or Lady of the Ark, and Shadowless Sun. The matriarch Spider gave this title to the rogue trader who allowed her to form the blood-spun web. We use other titles as well. For example, Venai means Master of the Immaterium, or Watcher of the Veil. Vil means one who must go to the other side. Amic means one you can trust in battle.
Oh, tell me about yourself.
I am the second spinner of the blood-spun web. A spear in the hand of the Undying Emperor. I am your shield and shadow. Your blade.
How succinct. Do you just like talking about yourself? A look of curiosity flashes across Kibellah's face before it's masked by her usual stoic indifference.
The tenets compel us to let our deeds speak on our behalf. There is no one in the cult who does not know me. So I have grown accustomed to taciturnity in matters regarding myself. Ask, and I will try to give you an answer that will satisfy your thirst for knowledge.
Tell me about your past.
I remember nothing of my childhood. The Vizsier says this is because of my training and the injuries I received in battle. He told me it is the fate of all high spinners. The only memories I have are of the blood-spun web and the brothers and sisters who serve the cult alongside me.
What was it like growing up in the cult? What do you remember?
When we were young, we would sew our eyes shut and wander through the bays for months at a time.
Kids these days.
Starving, surviving, dying. This trial of darkness honed the senses of those who passed it. We were elated, for we knew we were blessed by him. When we grew older, we learned to wield our weapons, and our mentors tested us with pain, poison, and the weight of deceitful words. In time, our bodies no longer felt pain. Our blood became resistant to toxins, and our focus could not be shaken. We were at peace, for we had shed everything that could encumber our faithful service to him. When we came of age, we faced a great trial. A year-long vigil spent in unceasing prayer to the Undying One. When hunger and other base sensations faded away, we attained true comprehension of ourselves and our place in the world. Our place between life and death. We were proud, for on that day, he truly accepted us, and we accepted him.
I can see now why you were the best assassin in the cult. The cost was worth it.
Those who devote themselves to the service of the Undying One must be prepared to pay any price. Emotions, blood, life, death, memory. We all must lose what we hold most dear to become a spear in his hand. Some may lose everything, but they will also gain everything.
Do you truly feel no pain at all?
You can see for yourself.
Tormenting yourself almost seems to give you pleasure.
Is it possible to experience pleasure if one feels nothing?
Very well, let's see how impervious to pain you really are. An assortment of small but sophisticated torturer's tools are laid out before you. Drive a long needle into her eye socket. Jesus. Stab the sharp prongs of a steel fork beneath her clavicle. Pierce her skin with several chained hooks.
The flesh remains untorn. Good.
Drive a long needle into her eye socket.
The purpose of this practice is to fortify the flesh, not to mutilate it.
Stab the sharp prongs of a steel fork beneath her clavicle.
You have found an interesting use for this tool, yet it still serves its purpose. Do you have other questions?
Nope, thanks for sharing with me.
It is not difficult to speak the truth.
I must take my leave.
May the Undying One shroud your footsteps from the faithless.
Well, thank you. That's very kind. Good. Well, that was enlightening. Thrilling stuff. Right, on to the... Where were we going? Oh, Astropathic Choir. Before we took our little detour. The Astropathic station is dead ahead of your void ship. It is motionless. There is a lifeless silence across its vox frequencies. Its lights are out. Even those who have no warp sensitivity can feel the presence of death. It is here, lurking in the shadows. All of this makes reading the report of the ship's astropaths who claim to be hearing an incessant ghostly howl emanating from the station all the more disturbing. Contact the station by Vox. The station is not responding. Perhaps there is no one left who could respond. Deploy a scouting team. The enforcers offer their prayers and proceed to enter the uncanny station. What they saw inside was monstrous. Astropaths upon their thrones, not quite here, not quite now. Smudged as they were across time, servants were living their horrible deaths again and again, only to be reborn out of ashes and blood into more agony a moment later. The warp manifested itself here, twisting the very nature of existence. The main hall was covered in a crust of psychic ice. A green-robed, blind old man sat motionless upon a tall throne. He was quite literally embedded in the ice, yet he was still alive and screaming. Send Zachary Wise to the station with a squad of bodyguards. Choir Master Wise boarded the station in person, proceeded to the choir hall. He stood silently for hours in front of the man frozen in ice and held a telepathic conversation with him. Then Master Wise offered a prayer to the God Emperor, and the unfortunate man passed away. Upon returning to the ship, Wise reverently presented the Lord Captain with a grim trophy, the late Choir Master's amulet taken from his frozen body after death. Worn by Psycho, the wearer gains immunity to the horrors of the warp effect. Oh! That would be really handy for Idira, Jesus. The psychic shriek carrying across the Immaterium has been silenced, but this has brought the crew no relief. A chilling realization came to the Astropaths when they were discovered that the crow was masking a different sound, one even more terrifying and surreal. It was the melody of a cataclysm born from the warp storm of a titanic power, so intense the entire expanse must have been able to hear it. It muffled astropathic messages and crawled into the Psyker's minds, evoking everywhere the same image. a dark, gaping, beastly mouth cleaving the universe in two. Now that the mad choir master has finally stopped screaming, the song of the Materium has reached the rogue traders, Void Ship 2. Yeah, there could be some good shit there. All of the stations to be explored. A brief and chilling chronicle of the station's doom was found in the scribe's records. A warp disturbance of monstrous proportions wiped out half the choir at once, turning the astropaths into a living portal through which the torrents of the Immaterium's energies poured out. Those who lasted longer bellowed and howled about the black rift that split the universe into before and after, and darkness that would devour the Astronomicon's light. Burn everything. Void torpedoes shatter the fragile station. Only one can hope the unfortunate souls captured by the warp have perished along with their home. Well. Actually, hang on. Lord Captain, sorry to disturb you. Vigdis pauses as if listening to something. It's pandemonium outside the bridge gate. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. I think I hear Master Vizsier's voice. In any case, I wanted to warn you in advance. What now? Come on, guys. Don't make me turn this chair around. The everyday sound of the bridge is disrupted by voices raised in anger. Abelard's voice is loudest of all. This is not the conduct of an officer. These are the antics of highborn brat out on a lark. Explain yourself, Lieutenant. The young woman standing before Abelard strives with all of her might not to quail under the onslaught of her superior's anger. She falters, but then manages to look him in the eye and say, I apologise, sir, but I must speak to the Lord Captain. Very well, Lieutenant, you may address the Lord Captain, not least because I see you have already seen fit to disturb her. Your unauthorised appearance on the bridge and display of belligerence towards a high and ranking officer will be logged in your personal file without delay. Lord Captain, Lieutenant Avril Vaunt requesting permission to speak. Vaunt feels silent and then adds rashly, on a matter of extreme importance and urgency. I'll listen to what you may speak. You have 1 minute to state your business. Yes, Lord Captain, listen to my report and punish me as you wish, but all that matters is that you hear me out, says Vent, a fleeting note in her voice. This matter cannot wait. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks in order to crush the worker strike by any means necessary, but I'm convinced that this step is unwarranted and the crisis itself was provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers. When it's almost trembling with attention as she delivers her speech, her face extremely pale. Abelard, in no hurry to intervene, lets out a sceptical huff. He glances at Saurback, who is standing not far from him, but she maintains a stony expression. Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Seneschal Vizsier and to intervene in what's happening on the lower decks, because very soon we'll have a mutiny or a massacre on our hands. Vent reels off the last words as though she knows them by heart. She's clearly been preparing to say them for some time. When she's finished, she casts an anxious glance at Abelard, then at you. There's an insurrection in the making aboard my ship and no one informed me. I would not deem it a problem worthy of a rogue trader's attention. The lower decks, as it so happens, are in revolt. 30-some years ago, we even had a revolutionary leader raise up who dared to establish workers' rule across the entire ship. It took a month to restore order, but even 8 years later, we are still battling rumours that the hero had survived his execution and was on the verge of gathering people to fight against tyranny once more. Abelard scoffs. Needless to say, the rumours were so baseless as for the current situation, we have sufficient enforcers to deal with it. But on this ship, the word of the Lord Captain carries more weight than a salvo from 100 bolters. I am sure that if the rogue trader addresses the malcontents directly, she will quell the unrest. I dread to think what problem you will disturb the rogue trader with next. Perhaps you will ask the Lord Captain to break up brawls in the mess room. I've already given you the means to resolve the problem, you simply need to use them. If I may, your ladyship, sending a hit squad to crush the rebellion is ignoring the problem, not solving it. How did all this start? The situation could boil over at any minute, so I'll give you a condensed version. It all began when the enforcers found a cultist amulet on the body of someone who had been killed in a drunken brawl. We reported it up the chain immediately, arranged for the cleansing rite to be performed, and opened an investigation. No heretics have been found alive, but the search brought tensions between enforcers and workers to a head. Where does Seneschal Vizsier come into all this? I shall explain, Abelard intones grimly. I beg you to hurry, time is running out. I will not hurry, since my competence is under scrutiny. I shall speak for as long as I see fit. There is an established order to the way of things that are done on the ship. One of the pillars of the system is that the rogue trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters. It is a seneschal's role to ensure that. I have always handled internal problems myself, so Of course, when I received information about cultists hiding on the lower decks, I took the matters into hand. So, as long as I live, no one of the vermin who murdered Theodora and Valentius will find refuge on her ship. You are far too heavy-handed, Seneschal Wessarian. Arrests, interrogations, mass punishments for entire sectors. It was driven the people to the brink, Fen says bitterly. Now there is a strike on the lower decks. In Depot 4, to be precise, 3 worker clans are involved, but many more are passively supporting them. The situation could degenerate into an all-out insurrection. When I reported my concerns, the only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit and crush the strike with maximum force. Master-at-Arms, the ship's enforcers report to you, and yet you seem hesitant to provide your own perspective. Lord Captain, unlike Lieutenant Vent, I respect the chain of command and realise that it is not within my right to challenge my superiors. Sourback bows her head in Abelard's direction. However, a moment later, a serpentine smile appears on her lips. That being said, while I entirely share Master Wessarian's opinion on what the fate of Depot 4 deserves, I must note that this insubordination is a direct consequence of practices that he himself has introduced. Mistress Sourback, I see you have decided to follow the Lieutenant's example after all. Such behaviour does you no credit. Sourback, explain yourself. The ship's regulations state that the Master-at-Arms is responsible for resolving all matters related to the ship's enforcers, and yet it is no secret the Seneschal has a tendency to show partiality. Those enforcers and officers, who he esteemed particularly promising, at times give him permission to approach him for tutelage. I cannot deny Master Wessarian's experience and insight. The Seneschal has a record of fostering students who have indeed achieved much and demonstrated impeccable performance. However, extending such patronage over the head of the immediate superior encourages disregard for hierarchy amongst your ladyship's servants. Today, an enforcer goes to the Seneschal to report an order from the Master-at-Arms that they happen to disagree with. Tomorrow, they will go to the Lord Captain to object to the Seneschal's order. I notice a pattern in these actions. I see. Evidently, my officers are anything but a shining example of unity and adherence today. I have only myself to blame, I suppose. Abelard, what do you have to say to all this? I see no need to add anything. I acted within the remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interests in the Protectorate and your personal safety. If you wish to confirm the rectitude of my actions for yourself, I have no objections. For my part, I urge the Lord Captain to go down to the lower decks, stop the assault unit and speak directly to the people. You will see that they are not lying, harbouring heretics. That way you can stop the uprising before it begins. Why would I'm not... This matter is not worthy of the rogue trader's time. Leave the bridge and don't ever disturb me again. Wait, but... Enough, Lieutenant. You know where the exit is. You and I will discuss the Brewing Rebellion as well as the egregious breach of protocol here today. Dealt with it. I'm not going to go down to the lower decks. Are you insane? We've got other shit to do. So I showed up for a bad Sylvester Sloat. Where's the judge? Arbiter. I'm the Arbiter. I just happen to be an evil one. That's right. I'm a corrupt cop. Thankfully, that doesn't happen in real life, right? As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange fatigue falls over you. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the quill you have been using to drop yet another order falls from your hand. You raise your head with a start. Someone else is here in your study. You stand up and stare at the dozens upon dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among the number, you recognise the disfigured and bloody faces of those who died on the ship's bridge and those you met in your previous life. How is this possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? It matters not. You are alone against this. A horde of heretics risen from the darkness to take your life. As if of its own accord, the shard lying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnant of Kunrad Vogtvir's weapon, slips into your hand. The metal is searing cold. The dead sway from side to side, closing in around you in nightmarishly slow advance. Kneel before the rogue trader. Your lives belong to me. All you hear in response is unintelligible voices, whispers, moans, and divisive laughter. Anger ignites your chest and you clutch the shard, which ravenously bites your palm with its sharp edge. An unbearably bright light floods everything around you. You find yourself surrounded by grovelling minions, their bodies shivering in your mere presence. Your hand no longer holds a pitiful shard, but a majestic and intricate weapon. A skillfully crafted sword with strange, unnerving proportions, a curved design and a natural hilt, adorned with the image of a closed eye. The eye opens wide, revealing a gaze so ancient dark that it steals your breath away. You have felt this gaze before, there, on the bridge, and the voice that appears in your mind only confirms your guess. The tapestry is woven, the path is chosen. Accept your fate, champion. Yes, master. One look at the weapon in your hands makes your very soul tremble. It is a weapon fit for the greatest chosen of the gods, the judge of fates, the tyrant of millions. In the whispers flooding your ears, you hear promise of strength, power, and triumph. Vogue, the first dawn, is hereby woven into the tapestry of your fate. Seek the second dawn in your hands of she who rises above its future dominion. The former aspirant fell, and thus the new one will become the chosen of the weaver of destinies. Make mortals serve you as their god and become the vessel of the edge. You're awakened from your vision, kneeling next to your desk. Clothes drenches sweat, with a sour taste on your tongue. Your head is ringing, and you struggle to recall those faces and images of the sword lying in your hand. Only the deep cut in your palm and the bloodied shard lying on the floor remind you of what just transpired. Pick up the shard. You reach your shaking hand out to the shard, now slippery with your blood. You wipe its metallic surface and stash your treasure under your clothes, next to your heart and soul, forever seared by the great power of the warp. Seems pretty legit. Don't think there's anything. Oh no, I've linked your account. No, don't want to. No, don't want to do it. You tricked me. Okay, let's go. This planet. God, it's taking us ages. Let's go save Ryked Minoris. Or maybe burn it, who knows. Begin scan. The Starport greets you with din of ordnance and the smell of explosives tickle your nostrils. It's difficult to tell through the smoke who is firing at whom. Halt! Weapons on the ground, or I'm firing! A man in torn and dirty uniform hobbles towards you from behind the chunks of rockcrete and crumpled plasteel. His cracked helmet is adorned with a crooked label that reads Sergeant Malgar. Alright, so our skies are in lockdown. The rebels are shooting down anything that flies, and you lot just happen to land in our rear without a scratch to show for it. And on a shuttle like that! Where did you get it? Stolen from the palace, isn't it? He is visibly awed by the resplendent gold in your transport. Grab them, lads, we've got ourselves rebel landing force. Abelard turns purple. By the holy throne, who is that mess? Idira glances around. They're in a rough spot, old man. Go easy on them. Abelard, enlighten this rabble about the proper manners of greeting the God Emperor's chosen. Abelard clears his throat. You stand before rogue trader Von Valencius, you ignorant worm. Snap to attention this instant and give her ladyship a formal report. With a mixture of awe and terror, he snaps to attention, raises his freshly cut chin like an exemplary soldier and barks, My mistake, ma'am. At once, the Starport is under control of the Governor's Wardens. Perimeter commander is Sergeant... A frag grenade explosion cuts off the rest of the sergeant's words. Shrapnel flies everywhere, the piercing screech. One of the soldiers falls to the ground, clutching the remains of his forearm, which is now adorned with crimson tatters. Blood is pouring out of the stump, and the soldier's agony is short-lived. The sergeant curses and hastily says an army prayer for the dead. With a rasping cough, the sergeant turns back to you. Pardon me, ma'am. The Sergeant Lesser Malgar reporting. My unit is holding the Starport on the Governor's orders. How may I serve? Do you happen to know if a member of the Inquisition has come here? At the word Inquisition, the sergeant's face fills with awe. I don't know, ma'am. The definition hasn't been any visitors like that on my watch. You might have to inquire at the headquarters, your ladyship, ma'am. What is going on here? Unrest, ma'am. Armed rebellions in both the capital and the provinces. First the lower hubs sparked, then it went up the spires. They hit the Vox hubs, the Arsenal and the Mag train stations. Then Felix tore off his mask precisely because he knew about the trouble in Rykad Minoris. He knew that none of our allies would come to our aid. Cassia lets out a sorrowful sigh. You may continue a report, peasant. My unit was here when it all went to Grox's. The text priest linked the satellite report orbiting sightings of strange void ships in the system. They were orbiting the star until one of them set course of a landing in Rykad Majoris. The governor took precautionary measures and ordered increased security at the key facilities. Everyone knows that whenever something is not right, you better double the warden details. The alarm was raised and we were sent to secure the starport. It's the only reason we were able to hold it. They're crushing us. You were late to a ride on Rykad. Yeah, the scumbags. It's been a whole turn since the last reinforcements came in. We're running low on ammo. Every other fighter is wounded. I don't know how bad it is in the streets, but they'll drive us out here any minute. How can some pathetic rebellion be cause enough for such a lackluster welcome ceremony in honour of a rogue trader's rival? It's an insult. Apologies, your ladyship, ma'am. I couldn't have known. I wasn't notified. Had we known we were expecting such an eminent visitor, we would have, you know, at the double, with all due devotion. I'm going to see the governor. If I may report, ma'am, as long as the rebels keep shooting the damned anti-aircraft battery, there's absolutely no way to the shuttle to get to the governor. It would have to be on foot, and the streets are dangerous. I have no one to send with you as an escort. I assigned all available troops to accompany the esteemed tech priest to the governor. I will voxcast orders to them to wait for you, and I'll inform headquarters. They better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we'll follow the governor's orders and hold the line here. Idira frowns as her gaze grows distant as she's looking through the sergeant. You're a good soldier, but you've got a lot of blood in your hands, both yours and others. You know, the same hand that salutes now might falter in the darkness. Rank and epaulets will save you from bitterness. Pardon me, my lady, I can't get my head around those fancy words you're saying. I've seen plenty of blood, but trust me, I'll fight to my last drop. Good fight would have long since reclaimed the starport. Move out and attack, you cowardly knave. Horror fills the sergeant's eyes. Apologies, your ladyship, ma'am. We'll rectify that at once. Follow my lead, you lot. I'm giving you 2 minutes to reload and patch yourselves up. We're routing the rebel dregs. He roars his commands, organising his troops for undoubtedly a suicidal offensive. Another explosion interrupts the sergeant's words. With a sigh of relief, he turns to his soldiers and spits out a booming series of commands. But while we're doing that, we got that thing, didn't we? Yeah, so if we give that to you, that kind of stops you from summoning any demons. Oh, look.
So this is how vast the sky is. It is no wonder that mutiny broke out here. How can order be maintained in a place without compartments or bulkheads?
That's a very good question.
I would argue that it is not the size of the territory, but the competence of the governor that matters. Ugh, he did not even send a proper cortege to meet us.
Your struggles are in vain.
I'll turn you into corpse stuff.
Crap.
Hold on. Here we go.
Show me what you've got.
I bring mercy and retribution,
I'm sure you do.
as honor ordains. I shall not
Caught by the web.
as honor ordains.
Nice.
Trust me.
Rejoice in battle!
Yeah, just be careful, Agenta. You missed anyway. 32%, 13, 32. Okay, well. Nope. 2 misses.
Out of my way.
Laughable.
Let's make it quick.
She is the ballerina.
Emperor, deliver us!
Ow! That sucked.
Brace yourself, Abelard. Let's get to it.
Can I fall back now?
I have read tomes of military tactics.
Can't really do that. Waking nightmare. Could do that. Sounds pretty handy. Okay, let's do something like this. What does the staff do? Okay. I don't think there's any point.
I'm here, maggot.
Hello? Yeah, you're not going to hit me there.
Let's get to it.
You're in all the cover I want to be in. Right. You go there.
Through chaos I stride.
In fact, go there.
Let your soul. The shadows will see it done.
It's a start. I could. Who are the tough boys? So you got 12, 26. You're probably one
I
of the...
reject the very idea.
Well, you got 20. Okay, you get a death sentence. You hear me?
I will try.
Missed.
What is this foreboding?
Right, get into cover. And then we will... Ooh. Do some buffs. Then I'm going to shout at him. Nice. Right. Let's kill you. Or at least cut you up a little bit.
It will be done.
Could
at your beck and
shout to get everyone's attention.
My faith strengthens
Don't
me.
shoot me. Don't shoot me, please. Thank you.
Hold on.
It's something. Look, if you're going to hit anyone, don't hit me. Right. Tell you what, if you go here, you're going to be an absolute friggin' nightmare to hit. How much health do you have? You've actually got quite a lot of health. Tell you what, do It's a rain in blood. Hallelujah, it's a rain in blood.
Come, the other side awaits.
I'll do it. When can you use this? Charge to be spent. Plus one charge be each time they kill a target. Right, okay. Just stay there for a minute. I'm half tempted. I mean, like, can we... Okay, we can...
Guided by faith!
That's the plan. Right. Rapid fire.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Eradicated.
Agenta, you missed more shots than you...
Let's make it
Okay,
quick.
never mind. I can't believe that she shot all those and she... They hit themselves more than you managed to... Never mind, it's fine. They're doing more damage to themselves. Tell you
That is
what,
foolishness.
too far.
Step
Right.
aside. The Navigator is coming.
Indeed. Right, you get over there.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Let's have a chat with you. Slice and
It will
dice.
be done.
What do you mean parry? What do you mean parry? What's that about?
If I may.
I need no
Right,
guidance.
Agenta, this time, right, I want big energy. I guess that's one way to look at it.
I'm not so sure.
Well, at least you're not in... Right, you've got the buffs, haven't you? You've already got these ones. Yes. Let's go to Abelard's.
Was that you? Or...
Come on, buddy, we got this.
Indeed. Reduce the dust.
Good work.
Victory is imminent.
Right, there's no point shouting at anyone.
Follow my lead.
Okay, we can meander over here. We can do this. I could do... Yeah, if we do this... Because you don't have many hit points, do you? No, you do not. So, we can...
No. As
Jump.
the tenets demand.
Boing.
Death is a blessing.
Just like friggin' Super Mario. We could do the Death Waltz just to finish off.
I cannot serve you in this way.
Let
we
the
can
blood of the wicked be shed as thou hast willed.
Everyone get... Yeah, good. Right, well, that wasn't too bad.
No
If Agenta had
sleep,
managed to
no
hit anyone,
rest,
that might have been a lot
only
quicker, but there we go.
duty, Only death.
Wow, what a lot of shit. Wait, is that... Oh, that's a shock baton. That might actually... Okay, tell you what, we'll collect all. I think the shock baton's probably better for me. And also, your sword is 8 to 10 damage. That's 8 to 12. 12% to target's parry, 10% parry, critical hit. That might actually be kind of better. Okay, we'll keep it. Even the guardsman didn't die. We'll take that all to
The
cargo.
world trembles beneath my feet.
A blind madman. Well,
I'm restless.
so everyone come over here.
Predictable.
Inside the shuttle, it's the pilot slowly slanting the words, "Do not touch! A shipment of ties to the blessed Lord Captain Kalagos Winterscape." Oh. Whenever the wearer hits a target with shield bash, double slug, full negating shot, or grisly adjudication, they make a coercion check with if the target is immobilized. Oh shit, son. Okay, well. Increases the range of officer archetype abilities by 1 cell. That could be really useful for you, actually, because you kind of tend to be behind everyone else.
Intriguing.
And then this thing was double slug, full negating. That's basically an adjudicator thing, isn't it? An arbiter. The eyes lie. Folks, how about you don't come any closer and I don't shoot you? It's a good compromise. Young, shaggy-haired soldier is still pale. Nonetheless, as you approach, he holsters his pistol, the hallmark of good discipline. He gives you a somewhat frightened but genuine smile. "Thank you, my lady. You arrived in the nick of time. I don't know what those babbling creeps wanted with it, but it definitely wasn't anything good." "Who are you?" "Lucky Jasper, the governor's aide and personal Vox operator. I was dispatched to Starport on special orders," the young man proclaims, desperately trying to tame his tousled hair. "And what exactly were you doing here on your own?" "Following the Governor Medina's special instructions, namely." He grits his teeth with a pained expression furrowing his brow. "Oh, right, it's a secret." "I'm a rogue trader. Why don't I simply order you to tell me everything? It's well within my rights." "A rogue trader?" After casting a quick glance over your gear, he nods in understanding. "Oh, so you must be from House von Valencia's ship. The Starport's Augur surveillance station reported that it detected your ship entering the system. Then you heaved to, sent a shuttle to another unidentified ship, a very strange one at that, and then the ship departed." Jasper pauses for a second and mumbles, "But the Augur surveillance station's reports are not to be disclosed to third parties, but you know that already, don't you?" "Well, alright, if you really are a rogue trader, I'll tell you everything." That was easy. "Do you think the governor can handle a rebellion?" Jasper mumbles evasively. "Well, obviously I'm not some pessimist to say otherwise." "I won't tell anyone." "You really won't? Well then, if you ask me, things are pretty rotten." His words come flying at a rate of stubble fire. "Those rebels are strange. We could have easily quelled the normal riot. We're not some commoners. We're Rykandians, the naval elite of the House Winterscale. But those people, they're vicious. They know no fear. And their attacks, they're so precise. It's like they know what's going to happen ahead of time. The command executed 7 officers on suspicion of espionage. But it's not about spying. They say the leader of the rebels is some two-faced Aurora who can see into the future. Now she is the real danger." Idira scoffs and rubs her hands together in excitement. "She can see the future, is that right? We'll see about that. She's up against the wrong psyker. My breezy whispers may be vague, but they never failed me. Not once. I can tell you without asking my ethereal friends that a future doesn't look too bright now the Lord Captain is involved." Brutally maim him. "You know, I think I will punish you for disclosing classified information after all. It's against the law." He falls to the ground with a cry. His once handsome face has been disfigured by a deep laceration. He is missing half an ear and his nose is crushed and twisted to one side. It's unlikely that Jasper can afford a sawbone capable of restoring his good looks. "Your ladyship, mercy, I confided in you, and only you. It won't happen again, I swear. You are right to punish me. I won't tell anyone anything. I'm not supposed to ever again. Please spare my life." He staggered back in terror without taking his eyes off you. The telltale brand you left on his face is crying blood, straining the rockcrete. Well, that's what she gets.
Embrace true power.
Hello?
Your existence is naught but ashes.
Are you ready to die?
Well, I'd prefer if I didn't.
time to slaughter someone.
How
Hold
dare
on!
you?
I feel cold.
Ow! You son of a oh, you motherfucker.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Guess that's what I get for hiding behind a fucking barrel. It's kind of a bastard, isn't it? That's not a good place to be. Oh, I kind of want to reload that. Just kind of sucked. Oh, I haven't got a load in ages. Okay, well, I'm just going to fucking make do on it.
Anything else?
To give you forewarning, you might be able to dodge
Here we
something.
go.
I've suffered worse. Just a minor
Out of my
setback.
way.
Okay. What can we do about this?
This is beneath me.
Eyeball them.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Now you're clad in scarlet.
Okay. Well, that's removed them.
Purpose guides me.
Oh, fuck.
Let's make it quick.
Oh, it's just a smoke grenade. Thank God for that.
Let's get to it.
I need to get Idira behind something. Oh, fuck my life.
Let's get to it.
Okay. Let's go with...
This goes against the tenets. I would that I could.
Okay, you go there. Then we'll do a slicey dicey. Hang on. Yeah, let's do this. So
As honor
you.
ordained.
Slicey dicey.
Come, the other side awaits.
Nice. Then we can do a jumpy.
Trust me.
And kind of tempted. So tell you what, we can do this again, can't we?
I shall not fail. The shadows will see it.
Handy. You've got... Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to sit there. Okay, Genta, you book it in this direction.
I'll do it.
Your job is shoot wildly.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Hey, good fucking job. That's exactly the kind of shit we need. Good job, Agenta. That's a 60% chance? I mean...
As the Emperor commands, I act.
I'll take it.
It will be done. I took care of this one.
Yes, you did. Okay, good. Let's give you a shout.
I will do my duty. At your beck and call.
Okay, you just hold there for a second. Can I could eyeball you. Healing without hitting. Okay,
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Careful eyeball.
If only that were possible.
Can I do Waking Nightmare?
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Worth a punt? Okay, you ain't going nowhere.
Let's get to it.
Please don't shoot at Idira. Thank you. Okay, you get behind some... Not a barrel. Not an explosive barrel. Just as far away as possible. I think it's probably the easiest thing to do. I mean, assuming this doesn't blow you up. Don't blow up. Don't blow up. Good job on not blowing up. That is absolute not blowing up energy.
Hold on.
Your end. This is not the end. I will not stoop to this. Sow the seeds
You
of
come over
discord.
here. Going to... You know what?
Destiny reshaped.
I am your blade and shield.
Raining blood.
Trust me. Caught by the web.
Okay, well he's not dead. Or is he?
One step closer. What a satisfying demise.
Yep, he's dead. Oh, you can't move, can you? You don't have any weapons.
I will triumph.
Oh shit, you get to move next. Shit. Shit. Oh, you didn't want to move. Oh, you can't move, can you? Good. Good.
As
You.
honor ordains,
Get sliced.
death is a blessing. As the tenets demand.
Okay, Genta.
Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I am.
How the fuck is he still alive?
Tried and tested tactics are the
Literally,
best
literally a
ones.
firing squad.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Victory is reduced to dust.
Okay, all good. It was, well, the opening was a little bit on the rough sides. Oh. Purples, what do we got? Las pistol, meh. Flak chest, meh. Skirmisher boots. Whenever the wearer deals damage to an enemy, the wearer has a 25% chance he has to... Oh, well, I mean, that's definitely going to... definitely going to you.
Let's seize the opportunity.
That's definitely a 1 for you. What we got? Ooh, Pyromancer's staff. Okay, now we're talking. Oh yeah, before we do anything, I should probably heal... Where's Idira?
I will mend the thread between body and soul. Just in time.
My aspirations
I am your shadow.
And me.
Your time has not yet come.
Your aid was acknowledged.
Right, where's this Pyromancer's... Is this a good one? Oh, you don't need las pistols. Who can equip it then? You? Oh, you need to have pyromancy. Oh, lame. It's the same, isn't it? Oh, this is different. All they count until the end of the Navigator's next turn. Oh. Mind you, being able to eyeball a huge pile of people actually sounds...
I tread a path unexplored.
Feels kind of good. Eyeball them, debuff them. Oh, thank God for Medicaid bags. 90% tech use.
Over.
Deathworld Origin Light Flak Armor. We don't actually have anyone who lives on a Deathworld, do we? I think you're Imperial World, Imperial World. You came from an Imperial World? Where did you... What's Denial of Nightmares? Oh yes, so you're immune to your horror. Yeah, that makes sense. A Forsaken World, Voidborn, Unknown, Imperial World, Imperial World, Imperial World.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
I don't think there's any...
Fortune smiles on us.
Unless you start on a Void World, I don't think there's anyone... I don't think any of the followers actually start on a Death World.
The Emperor favors me today.
What advice do you...
Pay attention. I woke up with a feeling of wonder, as if a field of flowers was blossoming nearby. A child was saved from death. 1,000 heretics were burning alive.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
And howling.
Change is coming. The edge is nigh.
The blinded ones are harmless. No sense in shooting them and drawing attention.
Fire on the nearest target! Don't kill the tech priest! We need to take him alive!
Those who seek knowledge find it, and let their enemies reap no...
What's he doing? Fall back!
Whoa. May knowledge be thy fate. Let the cycle be discontinued.
The man dressed in crimson should not have survived an explosion like that. However, he is alive. You hear the wheezing of the respirator that covers half his face.
Not another step. Flee, for I am death.
By the throne! What is that servant of the Omnissiah made of? Adamantine? Ah, placid.
Abelard, it's no time to lose your composure. Present me!
Rogue trader von Valancius greets you, honored tech priest, and graciously grants you permission to remain in her presence.
I identify you as a member of a high strata belonging to Rogue Trader House von Valancius. I am detecting no need for confrontation. The convoy received an order to meet you. It is no longer functional. Therefore, I propose that we continue to advance to the rendezvous point with the governor's soldiers.
The priest stares resolutely forward, his mechadendrite tentacles raising gracefully around his hunched figure, which is illuminated by the flames of the smouldering remains of the machine. How did you manage to kill off a slew of people and blow up a sacred machine without even laying a finger on it?
This was my doing.
The voices are being weird about him. They're saying garbled, conflicting things. Like they're talking about completely different people. But he's not a threat to you. Even if that's a bit hard to believe after all the fireworks.
You do not even know how you caused such an explosion.
The Omnissiah granted me a revelation. The spirit of this machine was dying, but it wished to perform a service, for such was its design. I sensed this and appealed to it. I do not know how I did it. I merely followed my intuition. The understanding granted by the Omnisire was not permanent. It has left me.
How strange it is to hear such words from one who is not of the blood-spun web. We have much in common.
Who are you?
I identify as Magus Pascal Haneman of the priesthood of Mars. By the grace of the Omnisire, I am currently assigned to the maintenance personnel of the station Altar Templum Calixis X-17.
Altar Templum Calixis. I have heard the name before. The station appears on House Orselio's star charts in the Furibunda system, not far from the void colony of Footfall. You have traveled a long way to come here, esteemed Magos.
Why do you wish to see the governor?
I came here to carry out a sacred mission. My mentor, Archmagus Amonat, summoned me, and I hastened to answer his call. But the rabble's unrest prevented our meeting, and I was on my way to Governor Medina to determine my mentor's current location. My escort was ordered by their commander to discontinue their movement and await to be merged with your group. Then, due to their incompetence, they let themselves be killed. It was an unacceptable complication to my task.
I invite you to join my retinue.
Acknowledged. Predicting successful and mutually beneficial cooperation.
We'll get rid of Magenta.
Intriguing.
You need to level up, my boy. You analyze enemies. You need extra perception, don't you? Yes. Instead of fellowship, following 3 deflection against burning effects. Give a stacking 10% bonus to hit chance dodge rolls against any target they hit with a okay. First attack in combat with any plasma melter or power weapon deals additional damage equal to 4. From into combat, the bonus is decreased to 2. That could be quite handy. With plasma weapons. Yeah, let's go with that. Gains +1 AP. Attacks and effects that explode and gain bonuses against enemies on the effective machine spirit unit. If those enemies have 2 or more stacks of exploit. Yeah, go on. Go on. How much? Okay, you've got 49. I guess you want more perception. So the opponent's next turn, their allies' attacks also remove exploits and deal +int bonus for more. Oh, maybe we want int instead. Precise attack. For the next attack against a target affected by exploit, the target's coverage in the blocks will be reduced by perception. Just moves does not stack. Yeah, 4 minutes of move. Okay. Let's go with joint analysis and tech use. Right, what have you got currently? You've got a las gun. It's kind of lame. We've got on the Cyan Axe, which is a power weapon. Okay, that's kind of handy. No, just leave it. It's fine. You can have a large medikit and some more medikits. Okay. As soon as we find a plasma gun, Pascal, it's yours. Can't say fairer than that. Oh, this is the way we came from. I wondered why all those dead bodies were there.
Embrace true power.
Entire procession of cargo servitors is destroyed by gunfire. A single one of them attempted to flee.
Empyrean guides my gaze.
Well, no, they wouldn't.
I am registering a significant quantity of non-essential self-harm inflicted by this unit. Requesting clarification.
You reshape your body so that it may reflect the depth of your devotion. So too do I reshape mine. My skin become prayers, and my every torment turns into zeal.
5% more dodge if the wearer's agility is more than 40. Your agility is 40. Is that more than 40? Does it count? What armor have you got at the moment? Carapace chest plate. That's armor 20%. That's armor 25%. What's your dodge? Dodge is 70? Okay. If I give you some more agility, then you'll be able to dodge. But mind you, 70% dodge is pretty good.
Uncover my path.
I'm not gonna sniff at 70% dodge chance. Hello, boys. You sure the machine spirit will listen to you? I bet they're real stubborn. Quit your whinging. I've seen the tech priest do it twice. Once even brought a sensor to him. Of course they'll listen. Alert. Profane violation of the algorithm. Yeah, that'll do it. Get Pascal in there to activate the turret for me.
Successful.
Thanks, buddy. Oh, hey, boys.
Your struggles are in vain.
Crush them.
Yeah, probably should have seen that one coming. I mean, I guess we're just not really needed.
Ravage and conquer.
Seems to be doing a pretty good job by itself.
Ruin balance.
Is any of these guys particularly tough? 13, 12, 13, 12. No, they're all garbage. They are all trashed here.
Here we go.
No! These ruby flashes are choking me!
No can do. Will do.
Emperor, give me strength.
Can I eyeball them?
If I may, as duty demands.
God, eyeballing them is pretty legit.
I'm afraid not.
My place is at the fore.
Get in here, Abelard, you big bastard.
Indeed.
Let's get to it.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
What does this do? All weapons in a huge area effect get additional effects. Reduced by half, enemies dodge is reduced by 10%.
Request approved.
Show me what you've got. Oh!
I think we won.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Right, that can all go in the cargo. That can go in the cargo. Right, we'll level up, and then I think I'm going to end the stream and go to bed. Right, okay, what do we got? I kind of want to... Can we do two-hand shotguns in one hand? Does that mean I can dual-wield shotguns? I kind of want a shotgun. You know what? I'm going to take... I don't even care. I'm going to take persuasion. I can be very persuasive. Very persuasive. Right, you can have athletics. On the 4% wounds, Imperial World characters get 10% bonus to all characters and 2 to resolve. I mean... Yeah, plus 1 epicenter, right. Attack suppose you 20% less damage. Against 10 plus 7 defense, get the first attacker made. Is there like a 15% bonus to parry? That could be quite handy. Or it will not die. Just more hit points. Every time the Psyker deals damage, they gain +1 stack of the Sanguine Siphon effect. If that damage was dealt to a target adjacent to Psyker, they gain 2 stacks. When the Psychic suffers, this is a stack of Sanguine Siphon removed for each. Okay. Heals themselves, one of the character with a psychic power. What's this? All the Psyker's attacks, including attacking Psyker, poisoning enemies at the start of each enemy's turn. That could be quite handy. I do like poisoning people. Enemies that have taken damage from a Psyker for at least once for minus resistance tests. Maybe. Anytime a particular enemy becomes a target of any particular psychic ability for the first time, the enemy suffers a -5 penalty to their intelligence and perception. Sure. Enemies attacked by the Navigator's powers suffer a stacking -10. Kind of want some more sort of... To the end of combat, enemies damaged by the Navigator suffer an additional 5 damage from all attacks opportunity and cannot dodge them. That feels very, very specific. Bonus equal to perception is equal. The perception equal to 4. Allies on defective officers' ability to gain a bonus to their weapon skill equal to 8 and will deal 5 more damage on attacks opportunity. Yeah, go on then. And okay, persuasion is good. Corrals. I guess you could do this. You got 45. Sure. Okay, we've got fresh target whenever an opportunity. That's full wounds. That enemy does 30%. Okay, tide of excellence. Whenever the operative triggers an exploit enemy. I kind of want something that, like, the next turn. I mean, that could be quite handy. Operatives and allies gain 2% hit chance critical while they're attacking targets affected by exploits. Int bonus divided by 2. I mean, exposed weakness costs 0 AP. Exposed weakness also reduces enemies' toughness and willpower. Yes. You know what? I might bump your intelligence up. Sounds pretty handy. Okay. Weirdly, Abelard is more athletic than the Goth girl, but okay. Your Medicae is actually pretty good. So my boy became scores a critical. There's a 10% chance to double the damage. That can be quite handy. Whenever a boy has more than 50%, all chances of all creatures, including enemies and 3-star raiders, increased by 10%. I'm not 100% sure what that means. Difficult successes deal 2 plus agility bonus more damage. If both the ally and the target stand on blood-covered cells. Creature with blood-blessed or blood-stained effects. Gains +1 stack of the effect each time it suffers from... Well, we can now do poison damage. Dual weapon. Attack with a second with a current in addition to the per round. Okay, so we could like... I kind of want a melee attack. Do we have... Power weapon? Melee weapon. This 1 AP. You actually don't have a lot of skills. Dance of Blood. Okay, let's just go with that one. I kind of want to test them out now. Right, where are we going?
Intriguing.
Streets of the capital. You know what we're going to do? Save. I haven't done that in a while. I mean, I'll be the first to admit the capital's seen better days. The way extends across a wide bridge which is suspended high above the rolling waters of the river below. The bridge is densely packed with imposing and ostentatious buildings designed to flatter the vanity of the local elite.
The world will bow.
Young man in a planetary guard uniform salutes. Your ladyship, Private Camille Regis, ready to escort you to your command centre for your meeting with the governor. I regret to say the convoy sent to meet you was ambushed and took critical losses in heavy fighting against the rebels. In other words, I'm the only survivor. However, the rebel force was destroyed as well. We can set out to the command centre. The success-failure ratio of combat operatives completion for this world's military speaks of its subpar efficiency. I will advise the local ruler to seek my fraternity's aid in upgrading their troops to servitor maniples. Your uniform looks odd on you, soldier, as if it belongs to someone else. Apologise, your ladyship. The soldier draws himself up and goes to adjust his gear. It's a new uniform. The guards are in a difficult situation right now, so we often get issued whatever's left, and it isn't always the right size. Your mouth is full of mud, soldier. You are hiding something behind beaming hues of faith and loyalty. What is it? For fear, I guess? In times like these, if you give in to weakness, you're done for. And I'm not done for with life just yet. Idira winces, glances at you, then shakes her head. How did you make it out alive? Your entire convoy perished. The Emperor protected me, the soldier replies with confidence. I didn't run, your ladyship, if that's what you're thinking. I was by my commander's side until the very end. I shot the last rebel from the gang that attacked us, but alas, the captain succumbed to his wounds and the others had already died. The Emperor rest their souls. Right, enough talking. You're obviously a traitor.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Obviously a filthy traitor. Temple door does not budge. It may be blocked from the other side by rubble. And it's not, I can see. Tech use.
The machine god grants me insight.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Where is... Oh shit, I sent a jet back, didn't I? Don't run over the...
I tread a path unexplored.
Please follow me. You've arrived at your destination. Now you will dive for Aurora and the final dawn. Oh, what a surprise. It was a trap all along. Shocking.
The absurdity of your struggle amuses me.
I'll bleed you dry.
Watch out.
Let's us... How much health have you got? 15. Not a huge amount.
I shall not fail. As honor ordains, let your soul be purged. Trust me, killing brings me no pleasure. No.
Right, we've got you over there. I know there's some annoying guys down here.
Descend upon the weak. I need no guidance. I will triumph.
Death sentence. On that guy. Oh crap, he's got a flamethrower. I remember. Oh no! Oh, good dodge.
I'm here, maggot.
My resolve is on.
Yes, I remember. Firestarter rebels need to die.
Be careful not to cross my gaze. Isn't this a job for me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
This wait, these do the same amount of damage, don't they?
One step
Line
closer.
them up.
A blood-soaked tribute.
Okay, no more flamies for you. For you, the flamies are
Purpose
over.
guides me.
Explorers know one route. Forward. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Okay, anyone with a flame weapon.
Running binaric override.
What does this do? Reduce damage dealt from target attacks for 1 round. Target with reject the flesh, suffer 25 shock damage. Right. I think you... You've not moved. You've not moved. You've not moved. Okay, that's fine.
Time to slaughter someone.
They who discern the future own the battlefield.
Nope. Too far. Can I lightning him? I could lightning him. I could just shout
On
him.
it.
I mean, that did it. Right. Time to buff Kibellah out the wazoo.
Was that you? Or
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. We should deal with this.
Yes. Yes, you should. Right.
It
Use
will be
endure.
done.
Let's get those hit
At your
points.
beck and call.
And then you're going to charge into whatever trap this is.
Victory is imminent.
Missed.
Let's get to it.
I will leave footprints of scarlet.
Okay, time to... Ooh, we could always... Let's do you.
Let your soul be purged. The shadow death is a blessing.
Should I not give you... So you gained 19 wounds, but you didn't regain any wounds. Bit weird.
I cannot serve you in this way. I would that I could.
Any target is too... Oh, hello.
No.
You didn't regain any wounds. I feel cheated.
Amidst the carnage, I find purpose.
Right, can I batter him? Six to 11, 6 to 11. Really makes no difference.
I will triumph.
So you get for being a criminal. Criminal scum.
Ruin beckons.
Pascal, I need you to do something for me.
My vow is to serve.
Well, I mean, you did manage to hit him. I do have to give you that much.
Out of my way!
Where do you think you're going? You cheeky beggar.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
Meander over here and eyeball him.
I'm not accustomed. Try to die with grace, at least.
Activate calculated fury algorithm. Request.
You could do worse, but not by much.
I know what is to come. That is not my destiny.
A tactically sound approach. It will be done.
Oh, okay, didn't even...
I will do my duty.
No problem.
Death comes in silence.
Right. Targets a single enemy vowing to dispatch their mark. The blade dancer's next attack against this cannot be dodged. Parried. If the attack kills... Oh, if the next attack kills...
As
right,
honor
so it
ordains.
Right. So if we slice him up, use it, and then kill him...
Trust me.
There we go, that's better. Needs to kill him, not in that turn, just needs to be the next hit. Whatever hit that be.
I won't waste my time on that.
Alright, we just need to finish this guy off.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful.
Cover me! Anything else? Farewell.
Finally. The wounded young man looks at you spitefully and hisses, "Your victory means nothing. Aurora will come for you, and even if she doesn't, no one will escape the final dawn." Updating data catalog. The characteristic tendency of the planetary defense forces of Reichard Minoris to run into ambushes is not a consequence of chance or negligence. It can only be explained as some twisted variation of combat tactics. This phenomena is depressing. Who is Aurora? What is the final dawn? A spark of madness flashes through the young man's eyes. Aurora is the hidden truth. No one is worthy of seeing her face, but those who are loyal to her will stand by her side at the hour of the final dawn that will consume all. They will, but not you. You are the enemy of Aurora, so you will be vanquished. So you are the traitor. You led your convoy into an ambush, didn't you? Haha, no, your entire convoy's gone. I took that whining pup Camille's uniform. 6 months with the governor's underlings taught me their ways. I had no trouble posing as one of them. I had to make sure you scum didn't decide to turn around and fly home instead of walking straight into the ambush. The young man's rasp spit bloody foam. Don't let it go to your head that you took us down. My comrades are many. They are coming for you, and if they are not, anyway, you'll see for yourself. Death to heretics and traitors. I do not fear death at the hands of filthy dogs mired in their own lies. Take my soul, Aurora. Again, a little bit overkill there, but that's fine. Executing someone with a melter pistol. Really doing a thorough job. Ooh, hand flamer. Now we're talking. Carbine. Is that better than what Pascal already has? 5 to 7. 12 to 18. Does have a dodge reduction? What's the range? 9. So it's slightly shorter. Oh wait, can you use the bolter? You can use the bolter. I mean, it's something.
I'm not so sure.
No, but you should be able to use flamers, because flamers are fun. Never mind. I should probably sort all this cargo out. Right. Let's just pick up all their crap.
Embrace true power.
And then I'm going to call it there for tonight. I'll probably stream this again tomorrow because I really want to... I've heard there's Gene Stealer cults and stuff. I want to try Gene Stealer cults. Also, I want to do the Arbiter stuff, wherever that happens. So until then, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you probably tomorrow, but whatever, next time.